big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
The next attraction to play this theater. This picture, truly one of the most unusual ever filmed, contains scenes which under no circumstances should be viewed by anyone with a heart condition or anyone who is easily upset.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
Hope you like what you see!
All right. Welcome on this October 13th for a very special night here on the Halloween October editions of PullgetterTV. Very special guest, Todd Jenkins in the house, everybody.
What's
from
up,
Cherokee
everybody?
Creek. Woo!
That's right. Thank you for having me.
Show
guys.
us them nipples. Hey now.
Already in the nipples. I was waiting.
It was so hard you couldn't even see them.
I was like waiting for the back half
It's
of
so
stuff to start
small.
getting in the nipples.
I think they're like smaller than a dime, dude.
Damn,
I
dime
actually have
size nips.
nipples
Dime
on the
size
second
fucking
half of the
nipples,
show,
man.
Corey.
Hey, man, we'll cover that shit later then.
Hey, you want to start off with a bang, right? So, hell yeah. No one does it better than Todd Jenkins here, folks.
That's right. I get all naked when I need to.
So we have, for the next 2 hours, we're going to be talking horror and Bigfoot from this new Cherokee Creek movie here. You can get it on Blu-ray if you go to Scream
Team Releasing.
There you go. .com.
Yeah, ScreamTeamReleasing.com is the only place you can see the movie that's good right now because the motherfucker is handling the revenue has stole it all from the digital platform. So don't rent it. And if you do rent it, just rent it for 99 cents and then buy the fucking Blu-ray.
Yeah, don't buy it on iTunes for $5, like I did accidentally
Well,
before
yeah.
I read your post.
Well, we didn't know. Nobody
Yeah.
knew. I mean, who the hell would know that iTunes is, approved this aggregator that a lot of thousands of filmmakers are working with? And it's not just iTunes. I'm not going to throw
it's
iTunes out
all
there.
digital.
All digital
distributing,
platforms are working with. We're working with this company named Distributor Go Digital. They were kind of the middleman handling the revenue and the quality control and encoding of these movies. And apparently they've stolen all this money and disappeared. And thousands of filmmakers haven't been paid in the last 9 months, and I'm one of them. So
Is there a contract that just? I mean, where in there is that justified that they get to say, okay, well, we collect all your money? Like, how does that function? There's got to be.
that's what I wish. I wish I knew why the hell they did that. I think the digital platforms just didn't want to be dealing with people,
Right.
including studios. I mean, unfortunately, like this center here is all your digital platforms, and you got to go through these gatekeepers, and those are called aggregators. And for some reason, they're just hired to encode movies, check them for quality control, and then collect the revenue for the filmmakers. But I don't know why iTunes, Amazon, and all those digital platforms couldn't just do that themselves. It's just a weird thing. I guess they just want to separate themselves from that part of it.
It is, and it's ironic that the ones you put as aggregators to protect the cash are the ones that kind of take off with it.
They kind of
It's
stole
like
it. Well,
they were supposed to protect people from
Right.
people like him.
Yeah, they were supposed to protect it. That was their whole business model. That was their pitch is, you keep 100% of your rights to your movie. I've been trying to get my movie back for a long time now, and apparently I don't have 100% right to it after all. And then I was supposed to get 100% of the revenue that they collected was supposed to go straight to me, which that didn't happen either. So it's all bullshit.
So for now, if you want to check this movie out, which we highly recommend, buy a hard copy the old school way. You know?
Yeah, ScreamTeamReleasing.com, man. They're really cool guys over there, and they've been taking care of us. So far, they're sending us our payments. So, guys, please keep sending us our payments from Scream Team Releasing. Don't fuck us the way the distributor did.
And here later on, Billy Blair will be here.
Yeah, also AKA Vinny Blades for the movie, man. You know,
man.
Fucking Vinny Blades, man. He fucking does what he wants, so you never know when he's gonna show up. You know.
Yeah, he's out.
He's probably out getting a fucking blowjob right now. I mean, who
Getting
the hell
some
knows?
leg for sure.
I don't know. Hopefully he's with his girlfriend, you know, in the car. I don't know what's going on. But he should be here any second. He'll probably just walk on in. Is what we're hoping
Hey,
for.
that's fine. That works, man. And you guys will be signing
Oh,
one
yeah.
of these for us to give away next week on
We will
PullgetterTV.
sign as many. If you buy the Blu-ray and you're anywhere in the DFW area, or you see us anywhere and you've got Cherokee Creek on you, we will sign it and take a photo with you for sure.
And what else? Do you also sell shirts? I mean, I've seen some rad shirts, but I don't know
We
if they're
did
for
have some
sale.
shirts. The problem with the damn shirts is you have to order so many shirts
Right.
to get the people to make the shirts a lot of times. And then the companies that say, hey, you know, we'll do it on demand thing where we just do the shirt then, you never know what the fuck the shirts are going to look like. Sometimes the shirt comes out good and sometimes it doesn't. So I was like, that's not really working for me. So in the future, once we get this whole aggregator thing and I get my movie back to where the money's coming to me, because I was supposed to, I mean, right now we know the movie for a fact has generated over $30,000 to these digital platforms and to these aggregators, and we haven't seen that. So I'm fucking been making all this money for everybody but us. So once I can get money coming back into my pocket, we will start looking at getting some more merchandise done for sure.
Yeah, I understand. That is
Oh,
just
dude,
fucking
it's fucking
unfathomable to
devastating,
me.
man. Because I mean, like they had a thing you could log into and actually see how much money the movie was making on iTunes and all this. But then again, you know, I don't think any of those numbers were really accurate. I think we were actually making way more money than they were reporting.
Wow.
But I knew for a fact that I still had, you know, like they would send me a report saying, hey, we're going to send you this $10,000 check or this $9,500 check now and blah, blah, blah. And then the checks just didn't fucking come in. So as far as my dumbass thought, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go put another $2,000 or $3,000 into advertising because I got a check coming in for, you know, like $9,500, and then the check never came.
God.
So now I'm out all that fucking money.
Damn.
shit,
Well,
dude.
we'll get back to the
The movie
budget. We'll get back to the budget and get more into detail into this because it serves a fair warning for anyone that wants to go out and start making films thinking they're going to bank big cash. So your story to tell is a pretty really big deal.
Right. I
those.
wish that other filmmakers would be transparent about their films. It seems like everyone's in competition with everybody. Nobody wants to share that information. The most I've ever gotten from any filmmaker is like, oh man, our movie's fucking making all this money. It's at Redbox, it's at Walmart, it's da-da-da-da. And then they never make another movie. So I'm like, if
Right.
you really made all that money.
Where's that Lambo?
Yeah.
Where's that fucking Lambo?
And I'm like,
huh?
dude, if my movie made all that fucking movie, I'd put a copy of that check up and say, hey guys, thanks for helping us get this, you know?
Exactly.
But so far, no one's ever showed me those checks. It's just a lot of bragging rights going, hey, I'm at Walmart, I'm at Redbox, you know, whatever. But I haven't seen it. And our movie actually made it in the top 3 on iTunes under horror comedy. So I've never seen that happen too much with movies.
Right.
Especially a 100% independent movie to take on these studio movies. So I know that the fans were buying the movie and supporting us.
Right.
But we don't know what numbers those were because the company disappeared. So we have no idea how much money the fans put in to help us get to that position or where that money went.
Unbelievable.
So
The double-edged
it's just fucking
sword that is
horrifying, man. Horrifying.
the double-edged sword that is digital, right? One thing is for certain is tangible,
Yeah.
and cash is king. So
That is
Right.
you know,
true.
there's a lot harder to hide than these third-party aggregators. You know,
Exactly.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, let's don't even call them aggregators. Let's call them aggravators. Fucking aggravators
thieves.
is what they are. There might be some good ones out there. I don't know, but what we're learning from this whole thing is there's no one policing it. Is what it sounds like.
Oh, no regulation.
There's
going
no
on with
regulations
that.
of this, so which is total bullshit. It's like it's for some reason the digital platforms came up with this way of doing business, but no one's policing it. And like I said, I think this is the first time that any of these approved aggregators have done something like this. So I don't think like the entertainment business, lawyers, or anybody even knows how to fucking handle this.
Wow.
So, like, because people keep getting aggregator mixed up with distribution. They keep thinking they're the distribution company. I'm like, no, dude, I'm the distributor. I'm the one paying all the money. I simply just paid them to put it on iTunes, and they were supposed to give me my check. They weren't supposed to collect all the fucking money for themselves. So,
Man.
it's just weird, man.
I'm sorry that's happening, dude. I
Yeah,
hope
that's
it
crazy.
recoups. You can recoup that shit and get down to the bottom of it.
Well, the good news is we never released the movie on Tubi. We never did any of the ad services like Hulu or Vudu now is doing, where you can watch a shit ton of free movies on Vudu.
Right.
It's just got ads, and their fucking library is incredible. So that's kind of what I'm looking at next. And then after we do that, maybe doing Amazon Prime or something like that.
Nice.
So
Perfect.
I think we still have a chance to really make some money at this thing. It just sucks to know that much money went out in the air to somebody, and we
Exactly.
don't even know who the fuck has that money.
Jesus.
Well, you still have a game plan to keep forging on.
You got
It's still a fresh movie. Came out July 26, 2018, right? So
Yeah, well,
just a
that
little
was
over
a
a year.
theatrical premiere that we did here in Dallas at the Angelica, and it was phenomenal. We did 2 of those at the Angelica, and both of them were just great experiences. The first one sold out in like 5 days, I think.
Wow,
So
nice.
those are the premieres.
Yeah, those
Oh,
were
it
the
came out in
premieres. The
December.
actual digital time, when it came out on digital, and that's a whole nother fiasco we went through, just getting it on the digital platforms.
It was December.
Dealing with distributor, that was another fucking pain in the ass. But yeah, December 25th was the day it was
25th, yeah.
supposed to come out, and it did on a couple of the digital platforms, but others were having issues with it and saying it was offensive, and that kind of bullshit.
Of
But
course it is. It's
Well,
fucking
right.
horror movies, dude.
fuck?
What the
I
fuck
don't
is
even
it?
know what that means. It's offensive. It's kind of like, have you guys been following what's going on like now with some of the movies? Blumhouse had done a movie called The Hunt, and actually the sheriff that's in our movie Cherokee Creek got a great role in that. He had a great role in The Hunt. We were all excited for him, and we
Oh
couldn't wait.
yeah, I do know. It's like
Yeah.
Surviving the Game.
Yeah, it's kind of
with
like a
Ice-T,
Surviving the
where,
Game, right?
yeah.
I actually
Oh,
watched
okay.
Surviving the Game not too long ago, and I was
a good
like,
one.
"Yeah, man, this is going to be a lot of fun." And he was telling me
Unbelievable.
how great the experience was working on this film, and I actually filmed the audition for him, and that led to him getting the call back and getting the part. And
Yeah.
we were just so excited about this coming out, and for some reason they got like blacklisted and shelved and all this shit. But yet we've got Joker out and we've got Rambo, and I think those movies are pretty violent. So I don't know why the
Hell
fuck
yeah.
this
Well,
movie is
right.
considered too violent and
Well,
they have to shelve it.
I think it was the timing. For those of you that don't know The Hunt, there was a movie about to come out from Blumhouse, you said,
Yeah.
where, if you remember Surviving the Game with Ice-T back in the 90s, they kidnapped this homeless dude, take him out to the woods, and, they're going to treat him to a good time, feed him and this and that, and then he finds out that they took him out here in these woods to hunt him. So they set him free. They told him to start running, and then they went and chased him on ATVs and guns. So that's what I think was
I
happening
think
in
the
The
Hunt
Hunt.
is kind of like that. Maybe I think maybe they were saying like there was too much symbolism where
Well,
the people they kidnapped looked like Republican rednecks and the people who were doing the kidnapping looked like the elite Democrat type people. I don't fucking know.
I think it was the timing because they pulled it right after like one of them last shootings,
Yeah.
and it like went all. Over
I
the
think
place
Trump
and-
mentioned the movie too.
Oh, no.
So that probably didn't help. That probably didn't help their cause. I still want to
Holy
see the movie
shit.
though.
Vinny
Holy shit,
Blades is
fucking
here.
Vinny Blades.
Come have a
He's
seat,
got
Vinny
posters.
Blades.
What am I getting into?
He's in a fucking mess. I
We
told
just
you,
took
ladies
some
and gentlemen, he
mushrooms.
was outside getting a blowjob from his lady, and now he's here.
Welcome to the show.
I like
sir.
to take my time on that.
I would shake your hand, but let's do a fist bump
Yeah.
on that. All right.
Hey man, it's only 10 minutes, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. We were just hanging out and just laying the
What's
premise
up?
down.
What's up,
This
dude?
is cool, man. I love it.
So yeah, this is Billy Blair, aka Vinny Blades from the movie, guys.
That's right.
We got a Sasquatch over here.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
Look familiar?
I love it. Yeah. Your brother is in our movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I never saw any of that money either. He owes me at least 50.
Right.
The aggregators got
So
it.
we purge tonight.
Well, right on. Thank you guys for making it out here
Oh
tonight.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad I made
And
it.
I love your setup here, man. This is badass.
oh, thank you. It's evolved.
Yeah.
From day one, it used to be just us in a corner. So, literally.
Hey man, whatever it takes. Whatever it
But
takes.
we had to wait until we got good and established to have you guys come on. Though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Before we
Have
get
you
to the
guys-
real people.
Yeah. So we were just talking about Cherokee Creek here. You guys just got done with it. It's been 5 years in the making.
Right.
You released it about a year and a half ago, or December
not
of
even a
2018.
year.
Yeah, not even a year.
It'll be a year this December 25th. But
That's
yeah,
right.
I mean, for me, the first year was just
Has
hell
it
of
been a
trying
year?
Not yet.
No, December 25th would be 1 year.
No, I know, but when we released it on the platforms, when we did the commercial.
Yeah, that
and all
was a
stuff,
year.
Wow.
Yeah, don't you remember you directed the Christmas one?
Yeah, I
with
know.
Santa Claus?
But it just seemed like it was long. It just seemed like it was longer.
Yeah, man, you directed the Santa
Did y'all
Claus.
pick
No, I
December
know that,
25th, or
but-
how did that come about?
Oh man, there's a good story about that.
What?
The
December
reason
25th.
I did December 25th is we had showed the movie to a producer that we knew, And we were doing all these private screenings, and we'd bring like 10, 12 people over at a time. And this one night, some of the cast hadn't seen the movie yet, and this producer that he and I knew was really anxious to see it. He came over, and man, you
Talk about awkward.
Yeah,
This is awkward.
It was
man.
probably the most awkward experience I've ever had watching a movie. It was like watching Cherokee Creek in church.
What? Yeah.
And even this guy like controlled the energy of the room because he was so like not getting the movie whatsoever. Not even the cast. I think when they left, they probably some of them deleted their social media.
Yeah,
and never wanted to talk about the movie again because the guy
vibe
was
was weird.
He was as soon as it was over, I made the mistake of asking what he thought about it, and I thought he might just say some bullshit like, "That's pretty good, best of luck," some bullshit.
This guy was blunt.
This guy went fucking blunt into detail about the actors who were in the room.
Oh, good lord.
And the whole fucking movie, and he hated it, and he said it wasn't going to do anything, and he couldn't see it ever finding an audience.
Wow.
And I said, well, dude,
yeah.
I know horror, and I know
I
know raunchy horror comedies, and I think it's going to do great. So when I heard his movie was coming out December 25th, I decided our movie's coming out December 25th as well.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Let's name the name of the movie. What's the name of the movie?
What?
What's the name of the
Their movie?
Yeah.
You want me to say?
I don't care. What is it? What's the name of it?
You don't know what it is?
I forgot. That's how important it is to me. I'm just kidding.
You're gonna put me on the spot.
You want me to look at it?
It's the Harrowing.
Oh, The Harrowing. Yes, The Harrowing. I don't have anything against the filmmakers of The Harrowing. I'm just totally fucking with the producer who was fucking with
What
me.
is it, Billy? Oh, you want me to say? No, yeah, it's the Harrowing. It was weird, man. The guy was in there. It was funny because after he said, well, what do you think about the movie? And he was sitting right next to me, and he's doing this. I'm like, hey, man, you all right? And then he's like, okay. I guess he was, I don't know if he was like prepping up to give us the real deal. And as he's saying it, I could see Todd's face. And I know Todd, man. He'll attack. I go, no, dude. I go, no, keep it cool. I said, we asked for his opinion. That's it. Let him do it. He's like, okay. You can see in Todd's face, he's just turning red. But yeah,
I defended the movie though in a good way. I didn't lose my cool, so
yeah, it was great, man.
It was great.
Hey, I wish I would have been a fly on that wall, because it's. I mean, he knew it was y'all's movie, so right.
Well, and it was a rough cut too, and we still had some other music in there, and we made sure to let him know it was a rough cut. We were just trying to.
That's the thing, man. When I get it, man. When it's a rough cut, and then you even though you give a precaution, hey, it's a rough cut, and when you see it, it's almost like you wish you wouldn't have seen it like that. You want to see the whole final product. I get it that
but it was still fucking polished. I mean, like it was.
But it was not as bad as like other films that we've been in.
Oh hell no!
Done. You know what I'm talking about?
Our rough edit was like a fucking 1,000 times better than most films.
It was a masterpiece, as opposed to like other ones that we went and saw.
Well, we had some temporary score in there, that the composer had pulled from a couple movies.
Yeah,
hey,
from
you
another
like
movie.
the way this sounds? You like that? Mm-hmm. So when this guy heard the music, he says, "You're gonna get fucking sued for that, man. You can't put that in there." And we're like, "Yeah, we know. It's what we told you. It's temporary."
That's just the thing, man. Just people forget that when you say that. Oh man, it's a piece of shit. So we know that. We're trying to fix it,
but I mean, it wasn't his kind of movie, I guess. So,
dude, I've had other directors, they give their fucking I get it, man. It's like musicians with bands, like, I would have done this, I would have done that. Everybody's got their fucking whatever.
You're right, man.
We got to give it to the fans and let them talk and let them decide.
And that's who we made the movie for anyway. We made it for the horror fans, and that's what I know because
I am
one. So.
Yeah, and you know what? It showed. The reviews, everything. They all loved it. I mean, everybody that truthfully paid for the movie.
Yeah,
and saw it with a passion, for horror and comedy, they loved it. Yeah. Everybody else, then go suck a dick.
You're not allowed to say that.
You can say that all you want.
We got in trouble for that. Remember?
I know there's a delay. You can put
No. The reason I said that is I think I said when I had the kidnapper mask, I said cocksucker or something. If you don't buy the movie, you're a cocksucker, and then the gay community got really upset with me.
Yeah, hey, no. Here's the funny thing,
would they get upset?
dude.
Right.
I don't know.
Another backlash we got, man, is the PC crowd movement, whatever.
Oh my God! Yeah.
They hit us.
Is it millennials or Generation Z? I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
It's millennials, yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm
if
Generation
you were to call
X,
me
dude,
a pussy
it's not
eater, I would just kind of be like, all right. I mean, that's
Generation
cool.
X. What's up?
Fuck yeah!
Hell yeah!
Yeah. Oh, I know what it was. And then I also said, if you pirate the movie, you're a fucking butt pirate and you're raping us in the ass.
Yeah, yeah.
And the gay community didn't like that either.
No, man, it's
Why so
unbelievable.
defensive?
I was under the
But I was like,
impression
dude, we weren't talking about gay
You know
people.
why?
We're talking about people who still
Because they're fucking
movies.
pussies. You guys are pussies.
Oh,
I mean,
now
Jesus
we're going
Christ.
to a different level.
You guys ruined comedy. I'm telling you that, and every comedian will fucking tell you that.
Oh yeah, everyone's ruining comedy. Listen, comedy is supposed to be offensive, and if you get offended, who the fuck cares? It's not a big
Right.
deal. It's not going to kill you. You know,
Supposed to laugh at it. That's why they call it
yeah,
comedy.
learn to laugh at yourself a little bit. It's no big deal.
But on the same note, though, you know, you having, you know, cocks bit off or whatever in your
Right.
movie, and you wouldn't normally have seen that like in the '90s or whatever, you know.
Right.
So it seems like now, I think with the MPAA censoring everything like they always have done, but by doing that, giving power to the TV networks where you
Right,
can watch.
which is weird.
Yeah, you can watch shit on TV that's twice as brutal that what they would allow in a movie. You know, so I think maybe the MPAA might be lightening up a little bit on their R ratings and stuff.
Well,
and their
we didn't even get this movie rated. You have to pay someone to watch your movie and rate it. So we weren't fucking about to do that.
I want that job.
I'm not going to
Are they
pay someone to
hiring?
watch this and rate this.
Hey, man, how much was it like to pay for it?
Well, I didn't even check it. I've heard it's anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000. Have someone
Yeah,
to
imagine
watch
like,
and
hey, pay me
rate your movie.
$3,000 and I'll rate it for you.
I'll rate your fucking movie.
It's a NAR. There you go.
It's not rated. How about that? NR.
God damn. Yeah, that's a great job.
Yeah, we gave it an NR.
So I learned a lot. I learned a lot with Todd. Of course, Todd does his research, and it's just amazing. And it's amazing and fucked up everything all in a blender of just filmmaking and entertainment business in a nutshell. It's just, but you know, and it goes to show this business is just fucked up.
It's a clusterfuck. The problem is
People think
he and I, we were actors, and as an actor, you're kind of like in the Matrix movie where you've taken the right pill and you don't know what the fuck's going on and you're oblivious to it.
Of course.
And everything's just great because
You
as
just
an
think it's
actor,
fun.
if you're an actor and you get to work on these big SAG productions, you know, they treat you great and it's awesome. It's an awesome experience. But then you put on the director hat and the producer hat. It's a whole fucking monster because, like we're saying here with filmmakers, I thought, you know, he and I being in this movie was going to generate a lot more work for us as actors because this was the first time you get to see us in these great roles as lead characters. Because we're in a bunch of movies, you know, and TV shows.
Yes.
But I wanted to be in something that would really showcase his acting and showcase my acting. And that was the reason we did the movie. But you kind of find out, like, everybody's, like, out to get us. So it's like...
We should have never went in with those high hopes because it immediately took a left turn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's almost right now. It's almost easier to get cast in a major studio film or television show than it is to get on an independent film.
Right.
Because they're so like in competition with us now. Like, oh, we're gonna show those fuckers with Cherokee Creek. We're gonna make a bigger, better, you know, Bigfoot movie. We're gonna do something. I'm like, dude, we're not in competition. I like Bigfoot movies. I like other Bigfoot movies. I've talked about other Bigfoot movies. I thought Exist was a great Bigfoot movie. I reached out to the director. He actually worked with the director of Exist, but didn't know it on.
I didn't know. He's like, hey, you work with so-and-so? And I go, yeah. Well, you know, he's the one that did Exist. I go, get the fuck out of here. I didn't know that.
He was in actor mode. He forgot.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
And then Primal Rage. He and I watched Primal Rage, and the fucking, you know, the special effects in that
That
movie
was cool.
with great makeup.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love the guy's take on it, but it's just like, fuck, you know, we can't get these other Bigfoot directors to even like watch our movie to go, hey, we like what they did with Cherokee Creek. It's a totally different take on the genre because you know the thing about all three of those movies is they're totally different.
Yeah.
You know, we're not in competition with each other. Ours is totally different because it's a raunchy horror comedy done like in that 80s style. And then people will be like, it's not 80s style at all. Fuck you, you piece of shit. And I'm like, dude, the fucking guy who did the score,
80s style.
the guy who did the
people are
score in
brilliant.
our movie did Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We hired him on purpose.
Yeah.
So the music is totally 80s. And unlike today's style of movie, they use a lot more visual effects. But we went all the way back to doing more of the fun, cheesy style,
Practical.
special practical
my
effects.
favorite.
Practical
my favorite.
effects, yeah.
Awesome. I love that you guys went that direction instead of really trying to make it look at CGI and
Right.
Oh, no,
everything
yeah,
being
yeah.
perfect. No, man.
I
As
mean,
soon as I
look,
saw
dude.
the Bigfoot, I was like,
Awesome.
one of my
Thank you for
favorites.
that. Thank you for that.
You know, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's the same thing like with the Star Wars. You know, when you saw the old school Star Wars, it was cool to see like the puppets and all that stuff.
Right.
Then you saw the new Star Wars, the prequels, and it was just like,
All the CGI.
Battle of the drones,
the
attacking the
feel
drones,
went away.
clones,
Right.
So
Agreed.
come on, man. You know, it's like when you watch E.T., you're watching E.T.
Right, you know,
Even though he's a puppet.
you know he's a fucking puppet, but you buy into it.
But you buy into it, exactly.
Yeah, you buy into it.
Same
It's
thing
still
with
cool.
Jaws, man. You
Right.
know, even though it didn't work, but it worked out
Oh shit,
overall.
we can't talk about Jaws. I'll get attacked for that too.
Oh yeah.
Remember,
Oh,
everybody always attacks me for this because people said, "Did you take the approach of Jaws when you did the Bigfoot movie?" And I said, "Yeah." My whole thing and what we talked about was because we didn't know what the Bigfoot was going to look like, or if we were going to ever get to the point where we had enough money to film a kick-ass Bigfoot. Was like, let's just don't show it that much, and let's just make the movie about talking and suspense, and just kind of make people forget that there's even a fucking Bigfoot in the movie. So that's why we introduced the movie with a Bigfoot. And then we go on like this 40-minute thing of just like party, bachelor party. Yeah. You know he's still out there, and we kind of give hints he's there, but he kind of disappears from the story and you forget about it. Then when he shows up and starts causing havoc, you're like, holy shit.
Then he fucks it up.
Then
he fucks it up. Yeah.
So there is a...
No, but then somebody like say, oh no, it's not like
Jaws.
Jaws.
How dare you compare yourself to Steven
to
Spielberg?
It's like, chill the fuck out, man.
I was Spielberg, dude. Yeah, and then a lot of people compare some of the scenes to Pulp Fiction, and I picked up on that because I actually, when we did the van scene in the movie, that I kind of pulled, I was, what is it? I was inspired, let's say, from the scene in Pulp Fiction where the guys are in the hallway and they're talking about the eating pussy and the foot massage and all this. And then they're like, hey, let's put our fucking hats on and go kill some fuckers, you know? And that's kind of what I was thinking for the van scene. We're just saying...
Those are true stories that happened to y'all, right? To you and you.
Right. But that scene was inspired by the scene in Pulp Fiction because I wanted to cut from the guys in the woods to just these crazy guys in the van. You're like, what the fuck are these guys doing in this van?
Yeah.
They're just talking about, banging chicks, whatever. And then the next thing you know, they got ski mask on and they're kidnapping somebody.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take people
it makes
on
it interesting.
Yeah.
Fuck,
just take them on a wild ride.
Cinematic.
They don't know. We didn't want you to know what the fuck was going on, and we thought that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So you guys want to check out that clip? I actually have that clip pulled so everyone can see what you're talking about.
Let's check out the clip.
Pam, can you? I know it's going to take her a second because we kind of sprung it on her, but this is the clip we're about to see that he's just talking about that was inspired by Pulp Fiction. It's a kidnap scene, and Aaron, particularly Bigfoot Aaron here, particularly liked the faint scene of the guy that's sitting on the shitter.
I love that he's all in get up.
That's fucking awesome. This guy put a lot of work into this, man.
Obviously, that's right.
But the guy's faint scene. I wanted to print out. I didn't get a chance to, and that's what I was talking about printing. I wanted to print out a certificate. That is by far. I wanted to say best fucking faint scene ever, and give it to that dude. That dude's faint.
Yeah, he did a great job with that. We'll discuss it after everybody sees it here.
Hell yeah! You ready, Pam? Let's roll it.
Cool.
Let's do it.
I wanted to say best fucking.
Get ready, guys.
Fuck, man. I told you to keep an eye out, man. What the fuck were you doing?
We got a few seconds to make this shit happen. How am I looking? We good?
Yeah. Get inside out. Fuck it.
Fuck it. All right, brother. This is what we planned. Let's do this, man.
Right there.
Let's fucking do it.
One.
Here.
Two.
Hey, man, don't leave me
Oh,
hanging.
yeah.
Fucking A, man. Ready?
Two. Scream.
Unlock. Go.
Go.
What the fuck?
What the? He fucking fainted.
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh shit. What the?
Oh, shit.
What the fuck? Oh, fucking gross.
Disgusting. I gotta get something for his head. We can't carry him out like that.
I can see his ball sack, man. Are we gonna wipe his ass?
You shitting me? Do we need to wipe his ass?
I don't know.
Let's just hope it wasn't clean shit.
Am I gonna pull up his pants?
I'll do it if you do the head with this fucking thing. Jesus Christ.
It's your idea, so fucking.
Oh, God. Shit. I think that's gonna have to work, man. I can't really touch all this, you know? That's enough for me. We'll fix him when he gets in the van.
Kiss my ass, lady.
Kissing ass is out of style. Lay down, I'll shit in your mouth.
What? You better be nice, lady. I'll come back and steal your scooter.
You're not stealing my scooter, you motherfucking son of a bitch.
What the fuck? Ah, fuck it, dude. Come on, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Hey, assholes, where are you taking him? I'm calling the cops.
What the hell, man? Fuck! Wait up! You're supposed to help us! Fuck! Oh shit, she just left.
Okay, we're back. So that was mostly when they're talking while we're watching that, and most of it was improv, right? So
100% of that.
100%. That's
100%. Yeah.
Doesn't that give it a sense of genuineness?
Genuineness, yeah.
Genuineness,
Well,
yes.
I like improv as long as you stay within the story, and
Right.
there's key words in every scene. I would say, hey, I don't give a shit if you want to throw in a couple things, but just stay in the character, know your character. And if you go too far, I'm just gonna cut the shit out of you anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
genius.
Because sometimes the improvise. I've seen actors. They just want to prolong. Just keep going with it. Just, all right, that's enough.
I'm guilty about. I think there was a couple scenes with you and I that I probably went on for 10 minutes in improv. We only needed to be 2.
Probably. Yeah.
Especially when we had the fight, the deleted scene one. That was a good fight between us.
Oh yeah.
While that was going on, we were talking about the lady in the wheelchair there. Are we allowed to talk about that on
Yeah,
air?
dude, you can talk about anything you want.
I think that's
Absolutely.
amazing. That's your mother.
That's my mom, yeah.
fucking great,
My mom
dude.
said she wanted to be an actress and wanted to be in this movie, and I had most of the script in outline already done, so I was like, well, I don't have a fucking place to put you, but then, that kind of came too, and she would say that saying to people every once in a while, kissing asses out of style, why don't you lay down and I'll shit in your mouth? I was like, dude.
Your mom already said that before the movie?
Yeah.
No, she actually would say that.
Wow.
She would say that, and then the thing when she said, you motherfucking son of a bitch, whatever, she said that. I didn't tell her to say that.
Wow.
But it's cool. It's funny. Hearing it from her, you motherfucking son of a bitch.
Right. I'm on her side all the way at that point in the movie. I'm just like, that lady's great.
And then the here's like the movie magic, like all the close-ups of us. That was another day.
That was another day, and it was just me and him shooting.
just
Oh,
me
you
and him.
did just
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
day of the
and
close-ups?
we needed to
Yeah,
just
we
pick
had
up,
to shoot
pick
that
up
on
on
a
that.
totally different
Wow.
day.
Yeah. See, a lot of that, all the close-ups, Todd would tell you. I mean, a lot of the close-ups meant is, not everybody could be there. No, not everybody was there.
Yeah, because
so
some
we had to
people
cheat.
some people might be like, why do you have so many close-ups in your movie, or why did you shoot the scene this way, or why do you, why is this scene in the movie? And it's like, when you're doing an independent movie, you sell scenes sometimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go up to an actor and, someone, how you do the Indiegogo's or whatever, and you're like, hey, if you want to be in a scene in my movie, donate, whatever. And some of the people were just great fucking people who helped us out and went over and beyond. So I wasn't going to go in and cut like 3 minutes of the movie off to, just to make somebody happy when the scene was great. And those people, for instance, like I think the Dick Bar manager guy, James Yeager, that fucking guy is so fucking cool. He's been our biggest fan of this movie, one of the biggest fans.
he
We got a
helped us
lot
out.
of them.
We owe him a lot.
We owe that guy a lot. He runs a tactical training school, and he's just got like hundreds of thousands of fans all over the world.
Wow.
And he drove in sick as hell to do that scene for us. And he promotes the movie more than any actor
Any of
that
the
we worked
actors in
with.
the movie.
He sells more copies of the movie than anybody that worked on the movie.
Wow, what's his name?
James Yeager.
Okay.
Yeah, look up
Was he
Tactical
on-
Response, man. This guy.
Does he have a big website and everything?
Oh, fuck yeah.
So
He-
was he on Joe Rogan one time too?
He could have been. I don't know, but
Okay.
he actually
Ringing a bell,
trained
huh?
Jeremy.
Yeah.
He trained Jeremy Renner, man. He trained Jeremy Renner for the Hurt Locker, I believe,
Okay.
Wow.
and he trained me recently.
Was he a Navy SEAL or anything?
Not a Navy SEAL.
Gotcha.
You
couldn't tell me if he
darker.
was anyway.
You watch his videos and you can figure it out.
Gotcha.
But-
Right on.
Yeah, but he did. I think he worked. He worked in law enforcement and stuff like that. He's a badass. He knows everything there is about to know about firearms. And when I went there, they actually trained me in fighting pistol. How to get in gunfights with pistols.
Mm.
So I mean, they're not fucking around, man. I mean, you got to know your shit and you got to be safe and you
They
can
teach
shoot
you how to
somebody.
do the Billy the Kid twirly.
There's no fucking twirling. You fucking start twirling, you're going out there, someone's gonna fucking fuck you
you're
up.
gonna get killed.
There's no gunplay on a James Yeager training
I'd
class.
imagine
That's only for the movies.
Yeah. But I learned a lot, man. I mean, they taught me a lot. I've been in a lot of movies, and now I'm going back and watching other movies and seeing stuff that people have done to me on sets with guns. I'm like, holy shit, I'm so lucky to be alive because people fucking play around with these prop guns that got blanks in them. They'll fucking put them to their own head, put them to your head, take
Right.
pictures, put their fingers on the fucking triggers. And it's like, dude, if that goes off, you're going to kill somebody.
I mean, look at the Crow, dude. Brandon Lee.
Right.
Exactly. And I've
dude.
seen on set where they're shooting the shotguns and stuff. If there's shit within like 2 or 3 feet, it's fucking get blown apart.
Yeah.
Did you have something happen to you on set?
A different
Got your
movie.
dick blown off?
No, a different movie perhaps.
Good
A lot of things.
theme.
When people are shooting guns, sometimes you get. I guess it's called powder burn. You know, when you're cranking out these shotgun shells and there's fucking flames coming out like this fucking long from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get shit in your face. I don't know if that's what hurt my eye, but my eye was fucked up for about a month.
I don't know shit.
But I mean, just.
But I don't know.
Right
I don't know
after.
if that's coincidental or what. But I mean, there's all kinds of shit. I mean, there's glass blowing up around you and squibs going off. I mean, people get hurt all the time. I just posted about that too. A guy had gotten killed on Walking Dead. There's been a lawsuit going on about that.
That's right. He fell. He was a stuntman. So.
Right. He died, and then there was a woman that got maimed for life that was doing a stunt on Resident Evil. The last Resident Evil.
She got her arm cut off.
Yeah.
I was just reading that the other day.
Yeah,
It's funny.
she's really, really fucked up, and that's why they're starting this whole new hashtag Crew Matters. You know, I think.
Oh no shit.
So now you had the Me Too, and now they got Crew Matters, which I think Crew Matters is super important because no one's talking about it. As they're not talking about these people getting maimed and killed and injured, and they'll never get to work again. But the insurance companies don't want to pay for any of the stuff.
Oh,
Of course
that's
not.
fucked
Of
up.
course they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. It's like. Oh,
That's fucked up.
No shit.
Yeah, people don't realize. I mean, there's probably so many deaths and injuries on so many movies that are your favorite movies, but it just never gets talked about.
Of course.
So
You said basically this whole movie has been haunted or
right, this whole movie
cursed
has
for
been
you.
cursed from the beginning, and obviously we're still cursed to this point. So
Good lord.
Well, you got some Pam? Can you get some sage? Burn some sage.
burn some
Get
sage.
these
Knock on wood. Is this wood?
Bring the
What
shaman out.
what the hell is this?
It's like
I need
wood.
wood.
It's plastic.
I need wood that you knock on, not pecker wood.
Need some wood, yeah.
If it's cool, I want to shift gears for a minute.
Let's do it.
Let's shift some gears. Action.
The reason why is because from speaking with you, I know that almost all of the small storylines that go on within the movie, because a movie is always a series of storylines, obviously.
Right.
That most of them are based on true stories.
Exactly.
So I know that, for instance, the sex scene, right?
Right.
There was a sex scene where the girl was talking about. I think that's why we were talking about your nipples earlier. 'Cause she's talking about your nipples.
Yeah, I
Well,
changed
that
my
sheer
shirt in front of these
curiosity.
guys. They saw my nipples.
She, from what I understand, like everything that she said to you was pretty much what you've been said to.
Oh yeah,
during sex.
I have.
It's just pillow talk.
I've had. I think one woman had asked me why one of my balls was bigger than the other. I was like, listen, I don't fucking know. The doctor said it's normal. Don't worry about it.
Never.
You know, they want to know what's going on with it. Like, are you sick? Do you have cancer of the testicles? You know, like, would you please just shut the fuck up?
Why are we having this discussion?
This is not the time to talk about my ball sack or my nipples.
Oh, boy.
Just, you know, so I thought it would be fun to write about that and put that experience in the movie, and it is pretty fucking funny. Everybody laughs
Hey,
at that.
it makes for good dialogue, you know.
Were the stories in the van true?
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
stories were definitely true in the van. I actually did. I was working at a company, and this was back when Office Space had came out. Do you remember that movie, Office
Yeah.
Oh,
Space?
yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
And it was like I was living Office Space. You know how they call you in to do the interview, and you're like, what do you do here? And you're like, what the fuck are these people asking me what I do here for? And people ask you this, and it was because the company was going through a buyout. And they had told us, listen, if you guys just stay here for the next year and a half, we don't know what the fuck we're going to do with any of y'all. But just stay here, and if we keep you, we'll keep you on. If we don't, we'll give you a severance package. So it literally came down to me just playing hacky sack every day at work, video games, trying to pick up girls online. And that's how I even got in the movie business, was because I was like on a dating website, and a casting director was like, hey, you should come be an extra in a Chuck Norris movie. So until that happened, I had no dreams or desires of being in the film industry. You know?
Wow.
Other than people just sitting at home watching movies going, man, I fucking love movies. I wish I was in them.
Right.
But I didn't know what steps to take. And then from that first day of being on a Chuck Norris movie doing stunts, I've been doing this shit ever since.
That's why it's Chuck Norris. Everything he touches turns to gold. So.
Oh, but to get to the other story, yes.
I was gonna say,
There was a girl who was obsessed with coming down and giving me blowjobs at work. And she didn't want to have sex at work. She was like, no, let's don't do sex. I don't want to get caught having sex with you. I'm like, but you're okay getting caught with my dick in your mouth. And she was. She thought it was funny. I said, well, you know, Clinton got caught, so why not? Fuck it, let's do it. And then she told the boss, and he called me up there, and he, you know, it's that uncomfortable conversation. We were sitting across from him. He's like, hey, I hear you're getting blowjobs at work. And you're like, what? What do you mean?
Wow, just like that, huh?
Yeah, but this is more of a funny story. This dude that was my boss, he was a marriage counselor outside of work, and he was cheating on his wife.
Wow.
With this other woman, and she was sending in pictures to work that were naked of her, them fucking around or something. And because of the anthrax scare that was going on back then, they were opening up all the mail.
Right.
So I went in the mailroom and everybody's like, dude, your boss is with this chick, all that stuff. So I ran upstairs and I told him, I was like, hey, dude, you remember how you told me about the blowjobs? If I get caught, I'll get fired. Well, they got pictures of you in the mailroom, so you might want to go down there and check that shit out.
Wow, everybody's a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah,
No shit,
everybody.
right?
Well, he wasn't an asshole about it. He just says, hey, man, have fun getting your blowjobs and shit, but if you get caught, I do have to fire you. So I respected that.
But to be counseling people on their marriages and shit.
So what about you? Did you really fuck a squirter?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Oh yeah, many.
Who hasn't? I mean, look, I even wore the shirt for you.
Oh, I gotta get that.
That's my stage shirt.
Dude, I want that.
Yeah, let's make sure the camera sees it there. I love squirters.
So check it out.
In case you can't. Yeah.
One day,
there you go.
I was doing an audition, and Todd films my auditions. So I walked in. We always just shoot the shit. And as he's getting his camera set up, I go, "Hey, dude, I fucked this chick last night. She was a squirter." And as he's putting the camera up, he goes, "You mind if I use that in the movie?" That is badass. I go, "Yeah, go for it."
Yeah, I would constantly sit him down about things, and like the ghost story. When we're sitting around the campfire.
Yeah.
The
So
ghost story.
that's
he shared
true.
that ghost story with me as well.
Oh, right on.
And that was a true story also.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And mine was too. So basically, the story was based on real people that I knew growing up, and I still know to this day. And since making the movie, I've met even more women like Caroline. There's more women out there like this woman. They're just like her, if not worse.
Okay.
So
That's scary.
Yeah, the latest guy that I met, he was only allowed to go to like Topgolf or some shit for his bachelor party, and the whole time the guys were there, his woman kept wanting to know if she could come by to Topgolf. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude?"
God damn.
Oh, see,
I was like,
they're mentioning Caroline from the movie, who was the fiance that was given all these rules for their bachelor party.
Played by Olivia. She's
And
did a
then,
good job.
No strippers, no booze. And then while she's
no
over,
fun.
while she's over there with two peckers on each side of her head,
Right?
that kind of hypocrisy.
And that shit exists. And that did happen to one of my buddies because my wife, I was with him. We had to go to a casino for this guy. He was only allowed to go to a casino, and he probably didn't want to go to the titty bar. I wanted to go to the titty bar.
He probably had a $200.
Anytime anybody gets married, invite me to your bachelor party. I want to go to the titty bar. Okay?
Hey, I'll go too.
No, none of this bullshit. Let's go fucking play Top Golf. I don't want to do Top Golf. I don't want to fucking go to casinos. I want to go to the titty bar. Because as I said in the movie, bachelor parties are not for the fucking guy getting married. We don't give a fuck about you. Do it for the guys, your friends that are married.
Your friends around you.
Single friends, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
They
the
wanna
ones
have
that
fun.
need it. We need the excuse to get out.
You guys should make your own style hangover movie.
Yeah, I know.
while
No
you're at
shit.
it.
I'm just
It
thinking
is
of all
inspired
the-
by the Hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Hangover stuff in there as well.
You were talking about that scene at the other side of everything, where the wife is over at the getting all the dicks next to her. So they're drinking RAR, and I was going to ask you about that because that's a local company, RAR beer for people that don't know.
Oh,
RAR
yeah,
and
yeah.
Sons beer. And I noticed all of them where she noticed all of them where my friend that hangs out with me noticed all of them where.
Good eye, good eye.
Yeah. That's the same thing I said. So I'm wondering, did you guys have a relationship with them, or did you just...
We did.
Todd.
I did a movie called From the Dark with them with Tom Zimbrod, and we got clearance for RAR for that movie. So when this one came up, I was like, let's just go check with them, because other beer companies that I was already talking to, because I'd kind of forgotten about RAR because it had been so many years, probably 10 years ago when I'd done that other movie. They started freaking out. They're like, whoa, what's it about? What's the content? I mean, they just need to know too many fucking things. I was like, dude, they're asking way too many questions, because if they read the script, there's no way they're going to give us a fucking
Right.
So, but RAR was like, I don't give a shit. Here, you go, come by. So I drove out to Fort Worth, and they gave me some beer, and we drank it.
Well, that's awesome.
So
dude.
it was cool. So thank you, RAR, for that. We really appreciate it.
How did it come about that you guys were at LeBaird's?
Oh man, nobody wanted to let us use their club around town.
Yeah, we
like
wanted to
every
use a
club
regular
we
club.
wanted to try to shoot at. I think you might have even tried reaching out to some of the bars you played at before.
Now, was this all local, real quick? I mean,
Yeah,
where did you
yeah.
guys? You filmed it all around here?
We filmed the majority of the stuff in the woods in Melissa, Texas, just
Gotcha.
north of
Yeah,
McKinney.
okay.
But yeah, that dick bar scene was so hard to find a location. Nobody wanted to help us, not anybody. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to call LeBaire like the king of the dick bars.
Right.
And talk to that guy. And the guy over there was so fucking cool about it.
They were way cool.
He was
Everybody.
cool. The dancers were
Dancers
cool.
were cool.
I know it's weird we're saying the dick bar guys.
I know, it's
the
like,
dick
yeah.
dancers were really cool.
Yeah, but
They were though.
But when you go
there was no
opposite,
drama.
when you go opposite with the girls, oh my God.
Yeah, the dick dancers were all for everything because I said, hey guys, I kind of need the dicks close together in this shot. I mean, I know you probably don't normally put your dicks together this close, but I need it for the shot. I need it to be on her face.
You know,
and I'm over here doing this kind of shit, you know, and all that. And they were great sports about it, dude. They went with it. They'd kind of look over at the boss and like, is that okay? You know, he's like,
yeah, we even said, hey, improvise something. What's cool you guys saying? And that one guy said, knock, knock.
Yeah.
You ready for my cock? Like, yeah, say that.
No, I split it up. We split it up. We go, how about you say knock, knock, and then with the other guy says,
of course. Just want to get them both in there.
Yeah, but we wanted to show there's both sides of it. You know, the women were out doing their thing, and the guys were doing their thing.
Oh,
so.
yeah. It was cool, man.
Oh, yeah, and I love the one dude. He got up there and he just really shook his around. I was like, I got to put that shit in the movie.
Black dude?
Yeah, he was fucking cool as shit,
He was cool as shit. That guy was way cool.
The movie is hilarious.
Thank you.
How long did that scene take to shoot? Because I imagine you get fucking penis fatigue after a while. It's like, all right.
No, with the dick bar scene had to be super fast. We had like 100 extras that said they were going to come out, so we had extra dancers that were brought in for that scene.
Here's the thing, man.
And they didn't show up.
Nobody. Just real quick, everybody always says, man, I want to be in a movie. I want to be in a movie. Okay, so when I did fucking call it out, hey, we need some extras, nobody shows up.
No, we
So
bought
fuck you,
food.
don't tell
we
me.
bought food for everybody.
Don't tell me,
And
hey,
had dick
you want to be in a
dancers for
movie,
'em,
and then when I say, all right, show up, and then you don't, fuck you.
Exactly.
You guys
Well,
can
go
call
ahead.
me.
We got your fucking name in a book. And I told
We
him,
know
I said,
who you are.
I even went
guys
home and
are
deleted
down.
a lot of those girls off of my fucking Facebook and social media. I was like, if you fucking tell me, and I don't care if it's a woman, guy, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you say you're going to be somewhere and it has to do with my movie, it's costing me a shit ton of money or somebody a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And if you don't fucking show up, I'm done with you. That's it.
By the way,
Done.
if you know what we're talking about, and you knew you didn't show up, you're done.
Yeah, you motherfucker, you.
You're done.
You motherfucker, you.
Right, Bigfoot?
Absolutely.
Bigfoot says you're fucking done.
Quote us
It's like
to Vinny
any other
Blades,
job.
nevermore. Fucking
Cut your ass up.
even just like you said, catering. When you have when you're expecting 100 heads,
Right.
you're looking at probably close to $1,000, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, low end maybe $500-600.
Well, yeah, and then getting the location and paying the dancers and everything. Well, the thing is what we did with this movie is all, you know, we constantly hear this from men and women that when they're asked to come out and be an extra or be anything, they don't get seen much, they don't get to do anything. But on the spot, I made sure I wrote lines for the girls that did show up and tried to incorporate everybody and give them screen time so they didn't feel like they were wasting their time. Yeah. But even then, we still had girls that were like, how much longer is this going to be? I mean, we were literally there for like 4 hours.
Oh man, even some of our actors were saying.
Yeah, they were always
When
wanting,
they know
how long was it going to be.
they should know better that when you're on set, it's hurry up and wait. I shit you not.
And that anything can happen. You might have to redo a scene.
Dude,
15
I was
times
on
to get
on set on the
something
Lita
right.
Battle Angel all night, and I was about to. They were about to use me, and then it was a crack of dawn, and we can't shoot you.
Right, and that happens all the time. Usually they use the A-listers and they get the A-lister stuff out of the way.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And then you're usually last to go up, and they'll tell you like they're in some kind of fucking SAG penalty, like we're in a mill penalty, and if we got like 2 takes or 1 take to get this perfect, so don't fuck it up. So the pressure, you get all the pressure. The pressure doesn't go on the A-list actors or even the B-list actors. It's on the guy that was brought in for like 2 or 3 days that can't fuck anything up. Because if you fuck it up, you're in big trouble.
Right.
You're fucking gone.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about earlier. The difference between actors and the directors. You know, it's like actors just have to do what you're told, but you have all this pressure from the budget, the timing, and
well, that's pressure on an actor too, though. If you're on a studio set and you've only got 1 fucking take and you can't fuck it up, that's pressure.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do it, but the actors, I mean, all you gotta do is wait. When you show up, hey, all right, cool, no stress.
Well, me,
if it's turned the way around, we got to worry about.
You got to look at the clock, you know. Make sure.
Time, and then the camera angles, all that stuff, lighting, all that stuff. They got to get that shit.
I love being on set though. I mean, if I was a billionaire, I would, and I could just
go
on different movie sets and hang out.
That's what we want to do.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun to be there and be a part of the whole thing to me.
Yeah,
But
no, absolutely.
some people don't like it. They just want to get there, do their shit, and go home. I mean, that's not me. I like the whole experience of being there.
Yeah,
Understood.
hey man, It's
the
an
magic
opportunity.
happens, right?
Because, I mean,
To
what
be
are you really
there.
going to be doing at home? You're just going to be looking at porn and jacking off anyway. So. Can't you just take a break?
It's called out my Saturday.
Do you really have to get home right now to do that? Can't you just wait?
Oh boy.
That last scene we watched, I wanted to say something real quick because I don't think we mentioned it, but those gratuitous farts were real.
Yes.
Right? And this,
I was we were in the ADR booth because we wanted to throw a couple lines in there when we were carrying the body, and I think we might have just filmed it or recorded it in my closet because we always do that for the movies we work on. We'll set up the closet and put the mic in there and stuff, and then I think I just ripped a couple and I go, dude, I want to fucking put them in the movie.
It was great when he showed me where it's at. I go, dude, wonderful.
yeah.
Because it's just natural.
I know.
It's like an everyday kind of thing.
But
Like
you
you're
just
moving
throw it in
something and
there.
you cut one, you're like, oh,
I mean,
oops.
to me, it's a
you probably
guaranteed
would
laugh.
fart if you were carrying some heavy dude.
Right.
And nobody's heavy.
It's taking a lot out of you.
Dude, I mean, I can't. I'm guilty of laughing. I
Oh,
can't.
we're all
Right.
guilty.
Every time, it doesn't matter what it is. If you throw in farts in there, you got me
It's
laughing.
funny.
Dude.
I think bathroom humor is always funny. I think farts are funny. I think sex is always funny. I mean, all that shit's funny. A lot of people would attack me and go, "You're such a dumbass for putting so much juvenile humor in the movie." And I'm like, "Well, fucking people laughed at it, so
Well,
I guess
hey,
it's okay."
You're talking about it, right? So I think we did all right.
That's right.
I did exactly what I wanted to do. I told him, I said, whatever we do, we can't play this movie safe because there's just way too many fucking safe movies out there.
Right.
And a lot of independent film guys, they want to do a talkie. You know, the
Oh.
whole movie's about seriousness and just all this dialogue.
Did you tell them about like other people that we had that were supposed to come on board, like 80s and all that stuff? Well, as soon as they found out what the movie was about,
They bailed?
I can't be in a movie like that.
We lost almost the entire cast a couple times.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Was it just because it was a Bigfoot movie?
The content. They just did
Just
what
the content, man. It's a raunchy horror comedy.
Yeah.
So everything was I can't do that.
Nobody in Dallas wanted to work on it. And we're talking crew people quitting too. We had crew people quitting left and right saying, if I work on this movie, you know, my girlfriend will leave me or my wife will divorce me. I can't be doing all this shit. I'm like, I'm the one that's doing it.
I know, right?
I'm doing it. You're not doing anything.
That's kind of what the movie is about, too.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm literally grabbing tits and ass and making out with girls and doing sex scenes, and you're worried you're gonna get, divorced from filming me.
right.
But the funny thing is, those same people will be like, "Oh, me and my wife love Game of Thrones."
Okay.
I'm like, "What the fuck? It's a show about fucking and incest."
Yeah, right.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, that's the problem. You weren't fucking your sister.
Yeah.
Ah, we should have done that. Damn it.
Right.
Next time, Cherokee Creek 2.
Yeah.
Put that in
We
there.
might have a prequel. I don't know.
You want to avoid divorce? Fuck your sister.
But you never know, man. Vinny Blades could have a twin, and you don't know for sure if Jinx makes it or not. So you never know what
Right.
happens.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Something to keep you guessing.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be dickless and handless.
Yeah. I don't think touching someone's ass is like checking their pulse. So.
Part 2, you're gonna work for Snap-on Tools.
I do have an outline for 2 and 3. I kind of know what they would be
no
about
shit.
if we were to do it. But we also we kind of were tinkering around with the idea of doing a Switchblade movie as well. So I would like to do something like that. But
awesome.
now that we
You
were
heard
probably
that. You heard that.
well, we were 30% of the way of getting our money back for Cherokee Creek, but now we're back to 0 because of the assholes who stole it. So
What the fuck? Buy this movie.
we're,
All this
yeah,
sucks.
we're starting over again.
Dude, it's frustrating. Because goddamn, all the shit that we put into that.
Right.
I mean,
Years.
Todd especially. I mean, that guy was on on his phone every night, trying to get fans, get likes, and
Oh yeah,
talking
I was
to
on
people.
social media. I was
just talking to people.
talking to people for 8-10 hours a day with a full-time job. That's why we've got almost
And then
12,000
yeah,
fans on
and then when we see the
Instagram
graph,
and-
then we see the graph that we're gonna get. It's like, all right, look, we're actually progress. All right, and then for that to just
Yeah, just be ripped out from under
It
you.
makes
you
no sense.
gotta
We
be
couldn't
kidding
believe
me.
that we were in the top 3 under horror comedy.
Yeah.
We were up there with Happy Death Day to You 2, I think. is
and
what it was.
Scream, right? Scream was up there.
We were up there with all the big
All
horror
the big,
comedies.
all the big,
Big
studio
fucking horror
comedies.
comedies.
Here's the thing. They're all big studio, and we were 100% independent.
Yeah, 100% independent means that we financed all of it.
Yeah.
No distribution company. No, distributor was not a distribution company. They were just supposed to handle the encoding of our movie and give us our paycheck. That was it. They had nothing to do with distribution. They had nothing to do with marketing. That's all on me. All the finances were on me and this guy here.
Yeah.
We were putting thousands of dollars into marketing this thing. I don't know how much we put, but that last couple months, I told him, I called him up and I said, dude, We're in the top.
We got to keep
iTunes,
going.
So I'm going to throw in a few more thousand on this month and see what happens because we got a big check coming in.
We wanted to go to number one.
So I throw out a couple more thousand on the fucking thing, and then all of a sudden the check doesn't come, and all this news comes out, and I'm in fucking pure panic because I've even told this guy right now I'm in. I'm at the end of all my loans that are due at the end of this month. So I'm like, fuck it. There's like fans giving me money and helping me out and buying the Blu-rays and stuff. But I'm like, fuck, a lot of this money is due. And I can't be like distributor and just go, oh, fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pay anybody, you know?
Right.
Because a lot of that's money we're getting paid. A lot of the actors did work for free for a percentage of the movie.
Everybody's gonna get
so once I got done, you know, with my expenses of marketing and distribution, I was going to try to give everybody some of their money and start, you know, giving them some of the cash that they deserve. And then they just fucking took everything from us. Just every fucking thing from us.
Yeah, man.
Overnight, just like that. Gone. Like it never happened.
Now, I'm not sure how the logistics of all that works, but would you be able to still sell it to like Shudder or something? Or,
We've tried. Well, I don't know if we tried. They said they pitched it to Shudder, but we don't know for sure. I mean, obviously these guys.
Who are they?
Well, the fucking problem, and this is the problem in our new society now, is nobody fucking knows how to communicate with anybody. I'm a kind of guy that likes to sit down and be face to face with somebody, or at least have a phone call with them. But these guys all got middleman after middleman after middleman, and there's just no way to talk directly with any of these companies. And I think that's why they hired these, or they approved these aggregators that they want to be business partners with, is because they don't want to talk directly to filmmakers. So we have no way. Like, I've been contacting iTunes for weeks now, trying to get Cherokee Creek just taken down, and they know. I mean, I've been making enough noise with IndieWire and Variety even cover the story that distributors crooks and that they stole this money. Whether they want to say they stole it, whatever. If you took my fucking money, you stole it.
Yeah.
I wonder if you filed a DMCA complaint against yourself, and like they seem to take shit down pretty quick whenever that gets thrown around.
Well, the shit doesn't make any sense, okay? You got all these people getting violent and getting crazy. That's why. We live in a society that's ruled by these elite fucking bastards. They got all this money that can buy themselves out of any trouble with a lawyer, and then they just go, well, I'm untouchable.
Yeah, you can't even hire a lawyer to fight the aggregates and shit.
Right, because the lawyers are saying it's not enough money in it for them.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do they want us to do? Are we supposed to just do street justice ourselves? You want me to fucking handle this myself?
Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to do that.
And that's right.
So I don't know.
Vinny Blades, man. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
I got my knives ready. They're all sharpened.
Kidnapper 1 and 2 are here. You know what we can do. So.
That's right. Have your ass eaten by a Bigfoot.
I don't know. Are they just such pompous assholes that they believe that someone won't come up to them and punch them in the fucking face? I don't know. I mean,
we talked about this.
There's no way. There's no way that I would go out and just steal millions of dollars from people and not be like looking under my car every day, going, "Is this gonna blow up?"
Yeah, no shit, right?
That's some scary shit. I'd be scared shitless if I was those guys. I mean, I just think it's crazy that they.
The cool thing about that is that
rip people off.
Yeah, the people that ripped us off. I'm surprised they're not.
But the cool thing, well, it's not cool, but we're not alone. So after us making noise,
I'm hearing there's hundreds, possibly thousands
coming out. Yeah, there's
thousands.
At least that's class action, then I guess.
Right.
There's no money in class action either, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no shit. Everyone gets like $5 if they win.
I think they're just all. See, they know that shit's gonna happen. They protect themselves on that.
Right. It should just be a crime, though. I mean, like, here's
take
what we're hearing in
matters
Hollywood right now. Robert De Niro cussed out his assistant or something, right? He said fuck or something like that. And it's big news. We're going to cover that everywhere. Entertainment Tonight, everybody's covering that fucking news, but you're not covering the filmmakers that are getting ripped off by millions of dollars. That doesn't make the news. But somebody who said fuck in a phone conversation, that makes the news.
Yeah, well, we all know that. We all know that.
Why does that
mainstream
make the
media
news?
is just,
Let me tell you
they'll
something.
go around the truth.
If you're my assistant and you fuck up, I'm probably going to cuss at you. Just telling you. Just telling you.
It's in the job description.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm probably going to call you a motherfucker at some point if you fuck up.
Motherfucking son of a bitch.
Get over it, please. Everything's a lawsuit now, though. Everyone's offended. It's a lawsuit, whatever.
Hashtag this.
Yeah. A movement's just waiting around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
But we're being swept under the carpet. They're like, these thousands of movies that got stole by these fucking assholes. We won't even talk about that anywhere.
Right.
No, because they're part of the elites, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like when they talk about it, it's like such a small blurb. They're like, "Oh, so and so lost $4,000," and I'm like, "We don't even know if that's true." Okay, you need to be looking at the big picture, which is millions of dollars, not this guy that lost $4,000.
Oh, shit.
It's fucking millions.
But I don't know. It's crazy.
So have you guys been out to like any horror conventions across the country to set up tables? And
We did Texas Frightmare Weekend. We did not set up a table because we didn't even know that this was going to be out in time. And it we actually received in the Blu-rays, I think, a day before Texas Frightmare Weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
So there wouldn't have been a way to get a table. I think the tables at Texas
But we were there.
Oh, yeah.
Mobile, just
yeah,
selling them.
Gotcha.
Having people, hey, meet us, see us.
And that was
shout out to the Frightmare fam if you're watching.
Woo! Yeah. Well, we probably sold like 50 there. I think he and I.
Oh, what is that?
He and I were going through a few times. What? Oh, did we get a sad face?
No. Oh, just what people shouting out.
Oh,
what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
I forgot.
I'm too blind. I
forgot we're
can't
live.
see any of that stuff.
Right.
I know. I can't.
Logan,
talking to us,
what's up, dude?
There's people talking to us. Holy shit! This is on the air.
I was the squirter that Billy banged.
Oh yeah, no, we know who that is.
In the movie or in real life or both?
It's both.
Oh shit! Well, there you go.
Awesome.
So can we take a trip down y'all's career path real quick? Because
Sure.
you have an extensive IMDb profile.
And how y'all met and stuff is important.
Yeah, yeah. Just to kind of touch base. Congratulations on 3 from Hell, by the way.
Oh,
Your
thank
latest
you.
thing, man.
Thank you,
That's
man.
badass.
Awesome.
That was fun.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Fucking.
That was fun, man.
The conclusion.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
We saw it.
It's coming out this Tuesday.
Yeah,
on digital.
yeah.
I
One
believe.
They
more
called you garbage
one
man
more
in the
night
credits.
in the theaters. Was it 14 or 15?
Hell if I know, man. I know it's coming out on
It'll
digital.
be
That's
tomorrow
all
the
I
next
know.
day.
15th, October 15th.
Tuesday.
So you can go see it in theaters. One last time, October 15th.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We did the first night and got the posters, you know.
Oh yeah. That's what.
You
Where'd
know,
you see that?
Movie Tavern.
Okay. Cool.
You know, and it was all fucking sold out because we procrastinated like we always do. So we had to sit in the front row. Half of it, Pam couldn't even watch because the shit's so shaky, you know. and it's like right there.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
Sitting front row is never fun.
She and I went. It was the same thing. We went on that following Wednesday, and it said it started at 11, and we got there. And we're staring up at the screen, and I'm like, I've fucking seen this movie. Well, it turned out it was the double feature where they played the one before, so 4 hours of staring up at the screen.
You're like, wait a minute. This movie feels bad. Oh, shit, yeah, they're doing this one first.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, fuck.
So waited forever for that movie, man.
So what was the question?
Oh, well, that's, go ahead. You start off and talk about how you got in the business, some of your
IMDb
first credits,
stuff,
maybe Machete, stuff like that, you know?
2009 is when you started, right? So about 10 years now you've been doing
No.
this?
It's longer than that. 95 is when I actually
Jonah Hex?
just took it in. Yeah, well, that was like, okay, so I started like mid-90s. That's when I went to acting school, went to theater in college, and then of course started getting like independent films, trying to build up the resume. And then there was a moment where I didn't do it anymore. I was just doing the band stuff. So I did that for God knows, I don't know how long. Then I got back into the acting by accident, I guess, or it just fell in my lap. Agent that took over, guy that was representing me, took me in, and he really pushed for me. So it started off with a Joe's Crab Shack commercial. I got that, and then you could see it online or on YouTube.
And were you the devil?
I was the devil in that.
Right.
And so it escalated. So after that, it was just like I got the very first movie I got deleted. That was embarrassing, but because we went to the theater. Hey, I'm gonna be in this movie, and not there.
I hate that they never tell us that either when they delete your scene. And I've even heard of people actually not only getting their scene deleted, but recast and reshot.
Oh yeah.
And they invite us to the premiere, and they invite their families, and they're like, "Holy shit!
That's
not only am I not in the movie,
no,
I got fucking replaced."
Wow.
It's like, dude, they made you look like
You look like
John
someone else.
Travolta.
Right. Like they did Back to the Future, right?
Right?
That's a fucked up story.
So then, so it was just a snowball effect after that. I got Mongolian Deathworm, Jonah Hex, Machete, blah 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 blah. Then it became like, okay, this is serious. So I took it serious, and here I am today.
Nice.
By the way,
losing my mind.
In the middle of that, you mentioned your band. For those of you that don't know, he's with Junk. And
Junk,
if you don't
yeah.
know Junk, go check out Junk.
Yeah, and if you're in the Dallas area, November 1st, Trees with Earshot.
There you go.
Right on.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad. I've never formally met you before, so I'm glad
Oh,
to meet
well,
you
hey,
tonight.
good to meet you, brother.
how doing?
Right on.
But I have seen
I met you?
perform.
Yeah, we've met one other time.
Okay, I
about
can't
the
tell
thing.
what
You can't tell.
You never met Bigfoot? He was in your movie.
My bad. Yeah, you stepped on my
He
head,
is
dude.
the fucking son of Bigfoot, dude.
Right, bro.
God.
Bro.
He came. Well,
This is Sasquatch Jr.
Sasquatch Jr.
Yeah, Sam Squash. This is Sam Squash.
But yeah, I have seen you play before, though. I think it was Ride for Dime or something at Dream World or something you might have done.
Oh, was it with my other band? Love
Yeah.
Sick and Demise?
That's what it was. I
With
couldn't
Nicky
remember the
McKibben?
name, so that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Sick and Demise, so.
That was a cool band. It's just too much of a headache.
Oh, shit. That's all, we'll leave it at that, folks.
I won't say who.
Headache.
Head-stricken demise.
Anything fucking creative is a headache. I mean, it really is.
No offense.
Absolutely.
With the I like female. I'm all about that. But when you put them in your band, it's
A different dynamic, huh?
Jennifer?
I just won't put any girls in my band anymore.
Oh, oops.
No, I'm not naming names.
Oh, okay.
Was there only one girl in the band?
Except the heroine.
Okay.
There's two girls.
I made him do that. He didn't do that. Listen, man, I can't call out everybody and not call out that movie.
Right.
I've got a big.
I'm in that
mouth.
movie, by the way.
He's in the movie.
Well, then you
He's
get
cool
a
in the
right to
movie.
bitch about it, right? Talk shit.
But yeah, that was it. And then here I am today.
Well, I started on accident with that whole Chuck Norris thing, and then I worked on a slew of just horrible fucking independent films. I mean, just fucking god awful. And I would keep separating myself, or not separating myself. I would join up with other filmmakers that were telling me how they were going to do all these amazing things, and they were going to put you in this movie, and you do the movie. Well, the fucking movies were never getting finished. Oh, so I finally, I started losing my jobs. I basically had lost almost everything. And I had a conversation with my wife. And I was like, fuck it, I got to get a fucking agent. I can't fuck with independent film anymore. Mm-hmm. And I got an agent, and I started doing some commercials and started getting chances to audition for bigger, better projects. And then I saw this guy's promo online for Blood Sombrero. And I was like, dude, I got to fucking see what this guy's all about. I looked at the promo, and I looked at his work, and I recognized him from Machete. I was like, I want to fucking meet this guy. So this is a whole nother long story. So I kept trying to meet up with him because I wanted to try to get him Blood Sombrero. That shit just was not going to happen.
And this dude would bug the shit out of me.
Yeah. But so what I did was, since nobody was able to take me serious as an actor, I went and shot my own short. I put a couple $1,000s in it, and I directed it as myself as the lead. And then I sent that to him. Said, hey, check out the short that I directed that I'm the lead in. And he didn't check that out right away either. But then we finally get caught. We finally get, he gets caught in the same movie as me, this fucking Bigfoot Wars movie.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking excited for this. This is gonna be my fucking big break. He's already had Machete in these other movies. This is Todd Jenkins' big break.
Your time to shine.
It's my time to shine. Bigfoot Wars, baby. Of course. With Billy Blair, fucking Judd Nelson, and C. Thomas Howell. I'm fans of all these guys. I'm like, holy shit, man. This is going to be Party Central.
Judd Nelson, man.
C. Thomas Howell, not so
Don't
much Judd
you
Nelson. I'm just kidding.
forget about, is that the song?
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what Judd was.
Eat my shorts.
So we ended up working on Bigfoot Wars together. I thought it was going to be this masterpiece. It came out, and it was, sorry to say, it was the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
No.
But all these piece of shit stories lead to a good story because we met, we hung out a little bit there, and I told him, hey, whenever you want to do headshots and you want to do any more auditions, give me a shot to help you out because I think we can take you to the next level with your stuff. And he started letting me do that, and he was booking shit like one after another with the auditions that I was filming for him. Yeah. And he had some issues with somebody on Blood Sombrero that was going to be playing Edgar Allan Poe, the character.
The poet. The poet, yeah.
So he said, hey, dude, you just don't cut your fucking hair and don't shave anymore for a while. And let's see what you look like.
Yeah, so
You related to Edgar
So,
Allan Poe,
dude,
right?
no, yeah, but he was way clean cut.
I was super clean cut.
Yeah.
Super
During the
clean
time.
cut, super short hair.
And then we turned him into this.
Yeah, you turned me into a fucking scumbag. Thanks.
But
my wife loves you for that, by the way.
But what happened when that happened? You started.
Dude,
booking.
I started getting all these
booking.
auditions for big film and television shows, but
he started
agents,
booking.
The agents weren't really liking that because the agents around here are very commercial, and there's way more money in commercials than you'll ever fucking make on a movie. Yeah. Like you can make like 10 grand easy on a commercial, and sometimes up to 50 to 100 grand. So once you do this, there's no more auditioning for commercials. It's unless it's a specific character. So he had me do that. Then I started booking more stuff like that, and then I started getting like Nashville, MacGyver. you know, all these big TVs. I did that Nicolas Cage movie, Arsenal.
Arsenal,
So
yeah.
my shit started taking off. And
Wow.
so that's kind of how that happened.
It's a cool story.
But we started talking about, you know, I think what happened to me is I was up for some really fucking big movies, like huge fucking movies that would have been life-changing. And they would just pull the plug on you last minute. Because what they do, and I'm sure this has happened to you before, and if it hasn't, that's great. But they always want to know your availability. Like, what can you work on this? And I always assume that means we want to know if you can do it because we're going to use your name against someone bigger. So what they try to do is get the biggest A-list actor or B-list actor who's a much bigger talent than your name is to get on the project. And if they can't get them, you're the last resort.
Right.
So they would call and say, hey, what's your availability? Or can you be here at this date? And somehow the agents would fuck up the deal during the negotiation process. Or, you know, they would end up getting the other name or something. I mean, I literally was supposed to be on a super huge Netflix show that everybody knows. And they fucking pulled the plug on me because I couldn't get a fucking truck driver's license in time. But I didn't even know I needed one.
No
so,
shit.
I mean, it's just stupid shit like that they'll do to you, man. And it was heartbreaking, and he and I kept talking about we got to do a movie together, and he knew how much I hated the Bigfoot Wars movie.
Todd was really bummed out about a Bigfoot movie just going to waste. Like it failed because you're so into Bigfoot,
right?
And then it was just like we needed, you know, we had too many zombies, vampire movies, all that.
Yes.
Not enough Bigfoot movies.
Not enough good ones.
Yeah,
there's a shit ton of horrible ones.
Yeah. So that was always in the back of his head. Just man, we got to do a Bigfoot movie. We got to do a Bigfoot movie. Fuck, start writing it. No one's gonna do it. You know, I mean, we tried. He tried getting writers and all that stuff, and it would start off and then failed somehow. So it's like, man, you know, you're just gonna have to do it yourself. And he did.
And
all of a sudden,
it sucked. I did not want to do it. Like, I'm not a writer. To me, like sitting down and reading a script or having to write something is like watching fucking paint dry. I'm like, because I've just got this like ADD thing. That's why I like editing movies, because I can just move shit around and then I'm done. You know, and I can get up, move around. But like writing, you like literally have to just sit there and fucking come up with stuff.
Yeah. It seems
and
best to carry a notepad or something or a tape recorder. That way, when a thought enters your head,
I do that with music.
You always have when you're taking a shit.
But the thing that happened,
that or right when you're about to like crash out.
You guys,
it's like, oh fuck, you gotta wake up. I gotta record that.
Yep.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
The beginning of the movie, the guy who's sitting in the front of the canoe, his name is Terry Dale Parks, and he told me, "Hey, dude, I made a deal with my wife. I'm retiring from acting." And he was like doing huge shit at the time. I think he was working with Rob Reiner. He was on the new 24 TV series that was on. His career was
on fire. Yeah.
And I was filming all his auditions as well. He was Olympus Has Fallen. I mean, and I was like, dude, this guy wants to help me out. I got to do this movie. And he's like, dude, you got till this day, and I'm fucking telling you. I'm fucking retiring. I made a deal with my wife. I'm done with fucking acting. And I was like, yeah, right, whatever. And he's like, no, man, I'm fucking serious. So I told him, I said, I got to start the script and we got to shoot their shit first. And I got to write the fucking Hunter stuff now. Because if we don't get this shit done in the next couple weeks, they're fucking gone. Like, that dude's gone. Yeah. We'll have to go fucking recast and look for people.
So talk about putting on the spot, right? And a lot of pressure.
Yeah, so at that time, I had to haul ass and get it. And probably 2 days before we were going to shoot that scene, the fucking guy who was telling me he was going to give me like 10 grand to shoot it or whatever, he just fucking ghosted me. Oh, so I had to get with him and my wife, and I told my wife, I was like, we're going to have to take out loans. It's going to be on you and me, Billy, to fucking raise money through Indiegogo, put our own money in. My wife had to go get a Best Buy credit card so I could get the camera. I mean, because at that time, everybody quit. The camera guy who quit, that was going to be the DP, he was out of there. Nobody else wanted to touch the script. They didn't. No one was going to take this movie serious at all. And they just thought I was fucking completely insane to think that I could act and direct a movie. So what happened was I had to do every fucking job instead, because I was like, fuck it. Now that everyone's quit, me and Billy are going to do everything. And we ended up getting one other intern, Sheldon, to help us shoot all my coverage.
That was great,
But I mean, if there was an actor around or anything, I'd be like, dude, can you hold the mic? And if they couldn't hold the mic, I'd fucking put it on a C-stand with a holder.
Yeah, I was doing sound. I mean, whenever I was not in front of the camera, I was
that whole first day. Yeah, that whole first day was hell. It was rain. If you remember, it was raining the whole time. The drone, the very beginning of the drone.
I was looking at the aerial shots.
There's only 2 drone shots at the beginning because the fucking drone crashes on the second one in real life.
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah. And it's funny because we saw it coming. We're like,
because the guy's yelling at me. He's yelling at me. The guy filming goes, "Hey man, you like the shot?" I go, "Yeah, it looks fucking great." And before me, he and I could say, "But the tree."
Yeah, we're like,
it just hits it.
Tree goes, boom. We're like, oh my god.
So what am I worried about? The footage.
Yeah, right. Of course. Did you get the shot?
Did you get the shot? Did you get
Luckily,
the shot?
we got the shot.
Yeah. Another Pulp Fiction quote. Did you get the shot? Get the shot.
Right. Yeah.
Me and Pam were watching it. She was like, "Oh, those are nice drone shots."
But somehow the two of the young guys are out there. I think they were like 19, 20-year-old kids. They fucking jumped in the water, got it out.
I'm glad they did, because I wasn't gonna do it. Fuck that! I'm not getting in there.
Yeah.
And they went in there. I'm like, all right, that's just being young and inspired.
And then
wanted to put a special thank you.
Yeah, and then the guy driving the vehicle, I guess I don't know who did it. We still don't know who broke these handles, but they broke the handles getting out of the vehicle. Like two of them. One in the front seat and one in the back. And I don't know who broke them, but they got broken. And then he's over here telling me, hey man, someone broke the handles in the car. I mean, it's right after the fucking drone. And then the guys are getting in the canoe and they're like, dude, I don't know if you should get in here. We're not really that good at it, you know? And I'm like, I got to get in that canoe with like 30, 40 grand worth of gear, and you guys haven't done this shit before.
Yeah, shit.
So I and there's no room for me either. That's why that front shot is like so close.
It's really
like,
tight.
My ass is fucking hanging off the canoe with the camera back as far as I can with the widest lens I could get. It's fucking almost about to rain again, and I'm like, I got to get this because this fucking guy's quitting after today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the whole
Talk
day
about
was
pressure.
like that, man. The whole day was just like it would start raining, and the sun was going down. That's why it starts getting darker at the end. As they're doing the special effects makeup, I'm like, hurry, we got to get the shot. And that last shot where the camera's coming above, and he's like, that was the last shot before the sun was completely gone.
I know.
And then it was too dark to shoot.
It's just a race.
So it was, I'm the asshole. I'm yelling at everybody, fucking hurry! Because I know we got to hurry. We're like having to run with this heavy bear trap and.
When a producer's always on set, that guy's the asshole. He's the one that's, hey, we got to move.
He's cracking the whip.
So I was all that, Mr. Asshole all the time.
So he had to do all that shit.
As a director, you want to be the nice guy, but it didn't work for this.
There were times, man, we wanted to quit.
Of course. That's why I was just saying, hats off to you guys for fucking toughing it out.
Yeah.
And, with all these fucking... I was sitting here thinking as you're telling me these stories, man, that's got to be fucking discouraging.
Oh,
especially when you have multiple bad days in a row. It's like, I mean... And it's going to cost more money, and it's like, do we just fucking cut our losses here? And
that's what we said, and we're like, no, we just thought of the future.
But shit would happen too. Like it'd be a day that might cost $4,000, and that's a really fucking expensive day because that's like one of the most expensive days on the movie. And then everything goes wrong, like the fucking camera, our video out got broke on the camera.
And
the actual drone that you see at the ending of the movie, we had to reshoot that again because the first time we shot it, I guess it was showing the image like on an iPad or something, so it looked good. But when the guy got home to look at it off the card, it was like fucked. Shit, yeah. The footage was like blurry, out of focus. It was pixelated. It was just a nightmare. And everybody always tells you this on a film. No matter how bad it got fucked up, they're like, dude, don't worry, we can do it again. And you're like,
with our budget,
you're like, everybody's schedule. This shit again. I don't have money.
Right.
I'm the kind of guy like, dude, I like to know where my $20 is going. Right. I'm not like, I just want to go out and fucking be throwing $4,000 a pop just to see if we can get some shit for fun.
No shit.
But luckily, it worked out.
But there are people out there like that, and we want to meet you. So come hang with us.
Right. Sponsor the hell out of
if anybody wants to produce and help us do another movie,
great.
I mean, obviously, you know what we can do.
Well, we met some great guys like that, but unfortunately, they got killed not to do with the movie, but they were killed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's part of bad luck.
Yeah, I forgot about
curse of the movie.
Yeah,
the
curse, the Cherokee Creek curse.
It's almost like Poltergeist.
Right.
I think we're way more worse than Poltergeist. How many deaths did they have?
What?
My wife, that was on. She was actually watching that before it came.
Well, I know the little girl.
The girl was murdered, right? That played the older sister.
The older sister, yeah.
I think she got
was murdered, and then the
little
girl
died.
got sick. She got sick.
Yeah. Got sick.
And then there was another Poltergeist movie where they had an Indian guy, and he died.
Oh, okay.
I think that might have been part 2.
Wow.
Well, you guys know more than me. I just thought it was a little girl that died.
Well, it's a lot of people.
It was a whole other thing, huh?
We got a lot of people. And your drummer got murdered. That plays the song in the music video, the Sasquatch.
Wow.
Yeah.
And nothing happened to the girl that murdered him, right?
I don't know what's going on with that. Last I heard, she got released.
Damn.
What is this? What is going on in this world?
Send
right
her to
now?
go get your fucking money.
People go to jail for like marijuana or some shit.
Right.
For life,
or
almost.
cussing at someone, or
And then you
someone
kill
touch
somebody.
somebody's ass. You know, if you touch someone's ass, your career's over. But you can fucking murder people and nothing happens.
Yeah.
You can steal millions of dollars and nothing happens. It's really weird. I'm not
No,
understanding.
you could tell. I know why. They want you dead.
Yeah.
They want depopulation. I mean, that's another podcast.
Right. It's just a matter of time before we hit an actual purge, you know?
Just right.
Well, I think
New
the
World
thing-
Order. That's all I gotta say.
I think that the studio system, and I hope to God it's not true, but at least from my perspective, I feel like everybody is just out to kill independent film. I think it's going to go away.
So. I mean,
Well,
they're a threat, you know, and then any threat to the fucking. I mean,
it makes sense because any high tech business, they always crush.
Yeah.
The,
Or they
the
buy 'em
smaller,
out,
Yeah,
you
they
know?
buy them out or crush them somehow.
But-
so it's the same thing with the film, man. The studios, they want to crush you.
But you got to remember, if you look at James Cameron, his first movie he worked on was Piranha 2, and he was fired, and then Terminator was completely independent, I think. And then you got like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then you got fucking you got Clerks with.
But I'm sure they
Kevin
have their
Smith,
horror
and then you
stories.
had even Robert Rodriguez. I mean, all these guys, and then of course, if Swingers didn't happen, there would be no Marvel universe
but
at
they
all.
no, but they eventually become.
You guys know
the
that if
system.
there wasn't Swingers, there was no. There would
No,
be
I
Marvel
didn't know
universe.
that.
John
No, no, no.
Favreau stars in Swingers, him and Vince Vaughn, and because they did Swingers, their careers took an upswing
wow.
from that.
Well, see, we wanted to go that route, just like Sylvester Stallone. All that,
Yeah. You want to follow
Matt-
in the footsteps of the
Matt
true
Damon and Ben
independent
Affleck.
beginners.
It's just like, okay, well, it did good for them, so let's try it.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Anyway,
Yeah.
It went left.
So far. You know,
So
it
far,
can
I
still
know.
change.
I know.
I think that Cherokee Creek is still something's gonna happen in the next. It might be a couple years.
But it was
whatever.
it was the same thing with
John Carpenter's movies.
what's his name? Star Wars guy, George.
Well, John Carpenter when he did was it Big Trouble in Little China? People hated that movie.
Oh yeah.
Same with The Thing, like The Thing.
No,
A lot of these movies people just
Steven
don't get when
Spielberg,
they come out.
George Lucas, all that stuff. It's the same thing with them, but they eventually became the system.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So
But
that's
the
why I
thing
think
that sucks is it doesn't seem like there's anybody out there now who's kind of helping any of these up and coming filmmakers, you know, go to that next level. It's kind of like because you don't hear guys like that anymore coming up.
I don't know.
Not really, man. I'm trying
No,
to
I mean
think,
everybody
No,
who's
you're
getting
right.
it, they got these huge budgets, and unfortunately now, and it's because of Marvel and all this stuff. Before, when we were growing up, I mean, if a movie made $50 million, that was a success, or even $100 million. But now they're wanting to spend $200-300 million on these movies that have to end up breaking, you know, 600 at the box office to break even.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people don't know that when they're advertising these movies, like the number one movie this week made $100 million. Well, if they spent $300 million on it, it has to make $600 million just to break even, because the box office takes 50% of that cut.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people don't
So,
know
I mean,
that. They just think,
Nobody
"Oh man,
knows that.
it's
Yeah.
so amazing."
Nobody
you know?
knows the inside. Dirty.
Yeah, Amazon actually if you put a movie up on Amazon, as far as I know, they always take at least 50% of whatever you put up.
50,
there.
huh? Straight
50%
up.
of every
Yeah,
dollar,
man.
man. It's
Big-
fucking tough, and they don't advertise your movie.
Big high tech.
Your shit's
It's all
fucking
about
buried on the platform unless you can advertise yourself and get enough fucking fans to leave reviews and talk about it and buy it and rent it. You're gonna be so fucking buried on those platforms that nobody's gonna know you exist.
Wow.
That's why I was breaking the bank to get us up on iTunes, man. I was like, let's just do it for iTunes, and then we'll do it later for Amazon.
God damn, man. And we were on a good run right there. It's
We
like,
were
fuck.
on
This is
such a
great.
good run. What was it, like 3-4 weeks ago? We were on a
Yeah.
good run with that. He and I had just done a movie with Bella Thorne, if you're familiar with her.
Sounds
called
bad.
Southland. It's
Yeah.
a fucking badass
Okay.
movie. We can't talk about it.
Yeah.
But we both luckily got cast in this movie again. This happens every once in a while. We both get cast
Nice.
in totally opposite parts.
Yeah.
And it was everything was on the trajectory was like, oh man, everything's going up. Things were going great with him. Things were going great with me. On the up and up. Now I've had to fucking fire my agents.
Wow.
And I have no money from the fucking movie. It's like, how the fuck did all this happen in 3 weeks' time where I went from up here to here and I didn't do shit different? I mean, I was doing everything exactly the same, but everything just went right down the fucking toilet.
God damn.
God damn.
I know.
This is
How do
the
you explain
dark
that
times.
shit? How do you explain that? It's
No
just-
shit, man. So the insight into the industry, for those of y'all who think that's easy and, you know, you're going to watch a movie and be an at-home on your couch critic of what's going on, hopefully you're learning some shit.
Speaking
today.
of which, your wife is saying hi.
Oh. What's up, babe?
Hi, wife.
Well, you got. I can tell people right now, if you're going to make a movie, there's 2 ways to make money. Okay, there's 2 ways, and I can tell you from what we did. That is, if we would have showed our movie at any film festival that was in the area where our cast and crew was, we would have been totally fucked.
None.
Done.
Really? That's what I was going to ask you guys about too.
They take the money.
Yeah, no. When the Dallas Film Festival rejected our movie, best fucking thing that happened because I got mad about it and I told him, I said, man, they're not going to fucking put our movie here, so we're going to have to front the bill on it. And luckily, the Angelica was reasonable enough to give us a deal over at the Mockingbird station that we could rent the whole theater on a Thursday, 300-seat theater almost. I think it was like $298 or some shit. Yeah. And we put the word out, and within 5 days, we were able to sell those tickets for $15 each.
$15, and we sold out.
And we got a red carpet. We did everything just like a film festival would, and we even brought a stand-up comic in. And man, I think.
And they were showing it. There was a film festival going on.
Yeah, there was a different film festival going on at the same time, but the people just came out of the woodworks for us. They supported the hell out of us. We did 2 screenings there, and our movie generated probably between $14,000-$15,000 from those 2 screenings.
Wow.
I know.
Hell yeah.
Now, if you show
lesson learned now.
If you show that at a film festival here, what do you think would have happened? We would have made $0 and probably spent $500-$600 on marketing, $300 or $400 on posters and flyers, handing out stuff to fill that same theater twice and gotten $0. But we got between
to give them the money to make them the money.
Toward us, and that was all used to market the movie and try to get the Blu-ray out, try to get the digital out because people think it's free. When you guys are saying, hey man, put it on Amazon, put it on iTunes, do all this stuff, that's when we have to go to those damn aggregators and have them watch our movie for quality control and then encode it, and then they got to talk to their business partners over at iTunes and Amazon. We have nothing to do with that. We can't just make a phone call and make that happen or say, hey, put it on Netflix and it's going to happen. You have to go through all these fucking middlemen first, and it costs the filmmaker a shit ton of time and money to do that. And a lot of people are like, why don't you just go to a distribution company? The problem with going with a distribution company is they get a fucking huge percentage, and now they can write checks to themselves all day long for the marketing, every time they do box art, every time they cut a trailer, every time they go out to lunch or dinner and talk about your movie, every time they travel and talk about your movie, they can write themselves a check, and there ain't shit you can do about it. So that's why we chose to self-distribute the movie.
Yeah.
And now that we're learning about this whole aggregator mess, the only way I see that what we should have done that we didn't do with this movie is now, and I know it's going on right this second, I don't know how for how long, there's a thing called Amazon Direct, and there's not very many territories you can do. But we can upload the movie ourselves now if we pay someone to do the closed captioning for us, which is like $200. That's it.
Which is not bad.
Yeah, we can upload it to Amazon Direct ourselves. And believe it or not, that's where you're going to make your money. A lot of you people are like, oh, fuck it, it's going to be all this money on iTunes and Netflix. Dude, Amazon, in my experience from this movie, fucking was killing it for us. A couple times, we saw numbers as high as $2,500 a week coming in. We never saw the fucking money. But we know, we were told it was like $2,500 a week.
We saw the graph, so.
Yeah.
So, hey, real quick, because it's already 8:30, so people are just now tuning in as well. We do have Miss Anderson that asked you to reiterate for everybody where she can get this and make sure that if she buys the movie, she can get the money to you. Where does she go to do that?
All right. The best place to buy the movie, it's also available on Amazon, but like we said, Amazon, I believe, takes 55% if you buy it off there. Then it goes to our distribution company, which also gets a percentage, which is Scream Team Releasing. So cut out Amazon, go straight to Scream Team Releasing, so he gets his percentage, and then we get our percentage. If you go to Scream Team Releasing, right now we've got 2 covers for the Blu-ray. That one right there, if you can see it, and this one as well.
Oh, they're just interchangeable?
Interchangeable covers.
Yeah. Nice, I didn't know that. Yeah.
That's why I brought it, so I can show that part.
Oh.
And the money will come to us. So far, we've had nothing but great things to say about Scream Team Releasing. So, Scream Team Releasing, please keep on the up and up with us.
Yes. And on top of that, you get to keep a physical copy.
Right. There's nothing better than a physical. Here's another thing I didn't know because of all this mess, guys. Check this shit out. Did you know that when you buy a movie on digital, you don't own the fucking movie?
Right, I did. That's why we don't fuck around with iTunes.
Yeah, it'll disappear.
Well, here's the movie can disappear. You could pay your $10, $20 to buy it right now, and then tomorrow Fox Studios could be like, hey, take that fucking movie off, completely off.
Yeah.
Now, what normally happens is if you bought it, even though the movie disappears, it's still in your library as bought, but I'm hearing now it's starting to disappear. So if you really want to buy these digital movies and you're scared that you're going to lose them after you buy them, you can download them to your server or your hard drive. But that's just one other fucking step. That was the whole reason I went digital, so I didn't have to do that. I didn't want to have to back up all these fucking movies and shit. But
exactly.
Yeah, but going back, you get the physical copy, and then you get special features.
That's
Right.
what I was going to
Yeah.
ask you too.
So,
Special features. What
yeah.
do they got on here?
We got some cool deleted scenes.
Deleted scenes.
I
yeah.
think we had about 20 minutes of deleted scenes that didn't make it in the movie.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
the movie would have been even longer, probably
long.
closer to 2.5
Yeah,
hours. if
we
put
really don't want to
everything in
cut
there.
anything out. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, we're actors. We love seeing ourselves, and the scenes are funny as hell. Just
Yeah,
watch
it
the
is.
deleted scenes, you'll see. We have the
Commentary.
music video, the Sasquatch. It's a short movie. It kind of plays on if Cherokee Creek 2 was to happen. It takes place about a year, I guess.
A
after
year
Cherokee Creek.
after.
Oh,
And
cool.
Yeah.
Billy's band wrote the original song, the Sasquatch, for that,
Yeah.
and I shot and directed the music video, which turned out really fucking
It was
cool.
fun, man. It was great.
Which band, just to clarify for those?
Oh yeah, the
Junk.
band Junk.
Junk, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Which you can go on
out Junk.
all social medias, Junk TX, at Instagram, Facebook.
I directed 3 of those videos, so make sure you check them out.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thanks to this guy.
That's
trusted me.
great. No, he does a great job. I mean, obviously, if you like the movie.
You're doing it, man. Music.
We're
and
doing it.
horror.
We're doing it, man. It's a tough industry, but I guess after you've been doing it so long, you just find those the patience and you know that
You know what to expect.
you're gonna have your dry moments, and then it comes back.
Quite literally a
Yeah.
labor of love.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
I think it's an addiction, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's a
like
passion.
It's a drug.
It's such a
kinda
passion.
Like a drug to me.
And I don't want to do
because-
anything else. I don't want to go flip burgers or any of that
Right.
stuff. I mean, I can go swing my dick at fucking LeBaron,
There you go.
but nah, I don't want to do that.
You're gonna have Sharon all up.
I'm
in
not
your
really
cock
made
and
for that.
some-
But it's a passion, and you know, ever since for a kid with me, man, I wanted to do rock and roll and movies.
But it never
and-
makes any fucking sense. Every time you think you have it figured out, something throws a total
Yeah.
curveball at you. And you're
It
like,
does,
Fuck.
but along the way, you'll get things.
Yeah.
You'll get other things.
You got to fight like hell, though. And I tell him, you know, the key for me, and it may not be for everybody else, they like to be happy-go-lucky people. I was like, dude, you got to stay pissed off. You honestly do. You almost have to have a chip on your shoulder because if you're not working, you got to make fucking work happen. Like if your agent's not getting you any auditions and they're not doing anything for you, go find a fucking new agent. Because there's agents out there that are going to forget about you sometimes. If you're not paying their bills, they're going to be like, fuck, I'm not sending this guy out. He's not even fucking paying my rent this month. So fucking find a way, man. Go out there, pitch yourself. Look online, do searches, do everything you can to pitch yourself. Don't ever give up on pitching yourself because you're the most important thing in the whole equation. Nobody else is gonna fucking sell you like you're gonna sell yourself.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Again, if you want to do this and fucking get your foot in the door and you want to go be an extra, show up.
Yeah.
You know,
Fucking
everybody I've
show
talked
up,
to
extras.
Yeah,
what the
show
fuck?
up.
everybody I've talked to that's done movies and going to Frightmare for 15 years
Right.
and the other horror conventions, you meet them all. They all basically say the same thing. It's like you want to get your foot in the door and start. Just go show up for extra casting,
Right.
things. And if they like you, they might put you in something else.
And it's not a cheap game by any means. A lot of people I meet every day say that they've seen what Billy and I have achieved, and they for some reason think that we're millionaires. They think, oh, you guys have been in these movies. It's not a fucking. It doesn't pay that much money. Okay.
Look,
A day rate on a movie, if you're lucky, is about
Be prepared.
$1,500.
Be prepared
Oh,
to
yeah.
throw in some money out of your own pocket. To even if you get cast on the TV show and stuff like
Right,
that,
right.
you gotta understand there's local hire that it's a big thing.
Right.
So even though if you don't live in, let's say, North Carolina
Or LA, a lot of times they're not going to pay for that.
you gotta
shit.
fly yourself out there and put yourself up.
A lot of times you spend a lot more money than you make. I know
Exactly.
actors that are spending anywhere from 10 to 30 grand a year on auditioning and traveling to auditions. So let that sink in, 10 to 30 grand, traveling to auditions. So I tell them it's like going to Vegas. If you want to be an actor, you're going to Vegas, all right? You got to fucking.
It's a gamble.
You're playing poker here.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, listen, I got the fucking cards right here. I'm good. I can take
There
on
you go.
all these fucking people in this room and I can beat that guy. If you don't think that, you're going to get your ass kicked when you go in that room and it's going to go to the other guy and you're just going to lose out on all your fucking flight and travel that you did for that audition. I can't tell you how many times I went out and blew $1,500 on an audition and lost a fucking role and you're like, I mean, it's gone. It's gone in seconds, man. The audition process, you might be in the room for fucking 2 minutes and it's over.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Your money's down the drain.
Damn.
Or you could join the Illuminati
That.
and things will go your way.
Go to Bohemian
Yep, if
Grove.
things don't go your way, you can always do that.
Skull and Bones, baby.
That's right.
Or you can make your own movie like we did and really go bankrupt.
Oh, boy. God damn.
Just
man.
lose it all.
It's a headache.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, hey, you got this much money. You got this much money. No, you're negative. It's crazy how it's going right now.
Man.
Wow.
But I'm an asshole, and you know, I'll stay after him. We'll figure out. I'll dig myself out of this hole, and with Billy's help, and we'll figure out what the next game plan is for Cherokee.
Yeah, you don't go this far and not just fucking power through it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But again, helping us out with, getting the physical copy. That's where we know that the money's going to go.
Yeah, get
in
the
our
Blu-ray.
pockets.
Spread the word. I mean, this is one of those movies. It's word of mouth. If you got to tell people, you got to give it reviews on IMDb and Amazon, because those are the only two right now that you can actually see it on and buy it legitimately. Because you can't watch it on IMDb, but you can give a legitimate review that will stay there. I'm pretty sure that all our reviews from iTunes and Google Play and all that will disappear if and when we can actually get the movie off those platforms. Because right now, distributors still listed underneath those and collecting that money that we're supposed to be getting.
Wow. I noticed these posters you brought.
Oh, yeah? Those are for you guys.
That's for you guys. Awesome. For me, really?
Yeah, we're going to autograph those for you as well.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Those are sweet. I'm a poster dude. I collect posters. So
That's
why I went to 3 from Hell and poster.
Got the
night,
poster.
you know?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Very cool, man.
Yeah. You guys get your own posters.
These aren't for sale up anywhere either?
We usually have them everywhere we go with the Blu-rays, and if you buy the Blu-ray, there's a chance to get a poster.
But
if we do
not the PGA version where they signed it on the air.
Yeah, right. No, but I'll sometimes do appearances at conventions, and I'll have them with me.
Nice. Yeah.
I'll sign them for you.
And plus, you work up in Frisco, right? If someone ever wants to drop in, buy one, or you can contact me on Facebook.
Just contact us.
Yeah,
Well,
we're on Facebook. I mean, let's say, hey, where you at? We can come by and buy a copy today.
Yeah.
I think that we may have sold as many or more than the distribution company.
Wow.
By people just contacting us personally. We have these pictures that we take with fans every time someone buys the Blu-ray. And we must have like 600 photos with people that have bought it personally from us.
That's really cool.
Cash is king.
And that's local here.
Yeah?
Yeah, only. Because
there's been a lot of people supporting the Blu-ray around here, which has been great. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you.
Can you get them at junk shows?
Yeah, a lot of times they're at junk shows.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Awesome.
we always have them.
Well, there you go. Go see a junk show and pick your up.
November 1st, Trees.
There you go.
The
November
soundtrack
1st.
includes local bands such as Black Star Republic. You can go to Black Star show.
That's right.
I met
Cool
you
guys,
for the first
man.
time.
Right.
You
Love
were
them.
selling
Black
your
Star
DVDs
Republic is
there.
awesome, and we use 2 of their songs in our movie. I know for sure one of them's Nuclear Hollywood,
Yep.
which I also
You
directed
shot the
music
video.
for that.
Yeah.
I was very proud of that turning out. I mean, making that video was almost as much hell as making the movie.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't think so, but it was.
Sometimes some of the best things out there have a story.
Right.
It's not. It wasn't easy making.
Yeah,
I think
nothing
that's part of the creative process. If
That
it's
is.
easy, it's going to suck.
Right, agreed.
It has to be hell.
Did we hear that from somebody that didn't Sylvester Stallone kind of said that?
I
Because
think
when
he
you
said- I
hear
think he said
Sylvester
that too.
Stallone story on making Rocky, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just like wow. For it to be how big it is and how iconic it became.
Yeah.
Same thing with First
There's
Blood.
a great story.
Talk
I
about
heard I heard him talking about First Blood on Howard Stern, I don't know, recently. And he was saying that the movie was so fucking awful. It was like 3 hours of him talking and just saying the most absurd lines ever. He's like, dude, I had to fucking tell him that we were going to buy the movie from him and just fucking burn it. It was so fucking bad. And he came up with the idea, just take all my fucking dialogue out. It's just so much fucking awful talking from me that just makes zero fucking sense. Take all those lines out, and I think we might have something. So if they didn't,
lo and behold,
if they didn't finally take all his lines out, man, and cut the movie down, it would have been a shit movie.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Look at
That's
that, huh?
fucking insane. And with Rocky too, like they wanted to buy the script from him, but he put in there, I got a star with Rocky.
yeah,
and they were
yeah.
like, no,
he had
fuck that.
nothing, man.
He stuck with his
yeah.
guns, man.
Yeah.
They offered him
330 grand is what he
Yeah.
said. 330 grand.
Yeah, but yeah.
And look at that shit. He's 102 years old now and putting out another Rocky movie.
Oh,
Not a
he
Rocky
looks-
movie.
Hey man,
Rambo
did you
movie.
see the new first? Oh, not Last Blood. The
Is
Rambo
it good?
movie, Last Blood. I loved it.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. If you like Joker, you'll like it.
Oh my God, I saw Joker last week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. Have you guys seen that?
Not yet. I've been hearing
Go
things.
see
I'm not
it.
much of a comic book
saw
movie,
Joker?
but-
No.
Okay.
You
I
gotta
go
see
Joker.
it, guys. You gotta
Go
see
see
it.
Joker, man.
Unbelievable.
It's fun.
I heard it was really
It's dark
good.
as fuck, but I enjoyed it for what
It's
it is.
very
That's why
cinematic.
I'm gonna go see it.
Very cinematic.
Very
Not
good
much
movie.
of a comic book movie, but
Do we have another clip that we were
yeah, I
gonna
was
show?
about to
Yeah,
say,
go
introducing Vinny here, Vinny Blades.
Oh, this is the
Pam,
introduction of Vinny Blades' character, maybe.
This is one thing I like about this. We were talking about like Clerks and stuff. There's a lot of comedic dialogue that takes place, and a lot of it's improv, which is even
Oh
cooler.
yeah.
So, and that's the kind of vibe I was getting. So horror comedy, I never really thought of it being a genre, but it makes sense. And it seems like, as far as Bigfoot goes, it seems like the horror comedy genre is like the perfect thing for Bigfoot.
You gotta do it right though, man.
Yeah,
man,
it has to be done right.
That I don't know, the timing, the comedic.
I think the movie
dialogue.
was perfectly cast on accident.
Yeah, it was.
Movies are always happy accidents. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If you know anything about movies, they're always these happy accidents because nothing goes according to plan. Like even I think was it Indiana Jones? Tom Selleck was originally Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
And the only reason he couldn't do it, he was in a Magnum PI contract. So that's the reason why we have Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones was purely accidental, and they couldn't get who they wanted.
Dude, it's just luck.
Yeah.
Luck on their hands.
And that's what happened with Cherokee Creek. A lot of the fucking actors we cast and actresses all fucking bailed, and the people we got ended up doing way better than I'd ever expected.
Everybody in there did really,
They were
really
perfectly
good.
cast, and I couldn't be happier with each person that's in it.
Awesome.
I pulled this clip because I particularly thought it was pretty funny. You know, doing Frightmare and these horror conventions and getting autographs and shit. I thought it was particularly funny, and it's just a dialogue that kind of adds flavor to the movie. You know, it's a creature feature with funny dialogue and stuff too. So
I've had experiences with people like that with the pictures.
Oh, me too. That's why I thought
they're exactly like he portrayed the character in the movie. I mean, that's not.
That's
not just for the comedy.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
There's actually actors out there that act like that, and now that it's happening to us, we can kind of see why. Because, you know, it's at some point you might remember them from this movie, or you know, maybe they only did 2 or 3 movies that were hits back then. But that really is their only way to make a living now is doing these conventions.
Well, when you go to conventions, they're selling everything.
Right.
And you got to pay them. I mean, I feel bad for them. I want to pay all of them because now I know what they're going through. You want to pay all the actors and you want to get all their autographs and make them feel good because they really did influence my childhood growing up. And they deserve something for that. You know, and they didn't get paid shit to do it probably.
That's why I don't bitch about paying them, dude. Yeah. I'm happy to do it because, you know, they were my childhood.
Yeah, but sometimes they go a little overboard.
It goes a little overboard. When you start asking like $500 to $700,
$300?
That's too much.
Right. No, yeah.
Or was it Ace Frehley was one day he was at Frightmare.
Yeah, it was a few years ago, 2015.
His autograph was like, what was it, $600?
Oh my
$500?
God!
Good Lord,
that's a little high.
For Ace's autograph?
Ace.
Did you get it?
No, I'm not.
Well, dude, you know what happened with the whole Kevin Smith thing because he and I were going to go see their screening.
That's right.
When they were going to come to Dallas, and they wanted like $700 to our meet and greet.
Right.
Man. And I'm like, are you fucking? Yeah. I'm like, no, I think it was $700 to meet both of them, but I'm like,
no,
dude.
I mean like a per person. You know, that's.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, it was going to cost he and I to go $1,400 to get a picture and say hello to Kevin Smith and Jay Muse, and I'm like, dude. You're like our independent god. Why the fuck are you charging $700? Your fans can't afford that shit. How many fucking Kevin Smith fans do you know that can afford $700 to meet him?
Put yourself in your fan's shoes before Clerks.
Yeah, dude. I thought $50 for the ticket just to see the movie should be enough to cover everything.
You know,
that's just me.
They were at the premiere at 3 from Hell. They were there.
Oh, were they?
Jay and Silent Bob.
Well, this is when you're supposed to give them a copy.
Right.
I know. I told you what happened. We were in
yeah.
I don't even want to go there.
Oh well.
Let's go on with the clip.
All right, yeah.
I guess Vinny Blaze is going to pay $700 to give him one now.
Vinny Blaze, everybody.
Oh boy. There's some people saying something. Let's go on with the clip. That Pat guy's going to be high maintenance, isn't he? Oh, yeah, man. It's a good fire.
Hey, man.
There.
Hey. Dude, I am like your biggest fan. I've seen all of your movies. I have every last one of them on Blu-ray. I've seen them all like 10 times. Some even 20 times.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Glad you do.
Do you think I could get like an autograph and a picture with you?
$40 for both. Forty. I'm an actor. That's how I get paid.
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm your biggest fan. And I bought all your movies.
Yeah. I mean, I hear all that. But that doesn't make shit to me. See, I don't make a dime out of those things that you buy. See, they cook the fucking books so bad. I mean, my last check was almost a nickel. You know? Hey, do you want that autographed pic or what?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me. Okay. I think I got the cash somewhere. There's one. It's ripped, but it's still like it'll. Yeah. I think it's the serial number. So.
Good.
I think that's 2. That's 3. That's 3. Okay.
Good stuff. What else you got?
You know what? I'm just gonna look at my wallet.
I need $20 more.
Yeah, I usually keep money in here. I think. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have some. Yeah, hold on, let me. Yeah.
Bingo.
That's just $20 right there. I should have just looked in the wallet at first.
Yeah. There you got it. Thank you very much.
I'll keep this one. There you go. Yeah, hold that. There you go.
All right. There you go. It's your Sharpie.
Thanks.
It's your DVD.
Thanks.
All
right. What does it say?
Vinny Blades.
Well, it just looks like a line.
No.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's more there.
How about that pic?
Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta switch it around. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Hey.
Good job. All right.
Wait, Mr. Blades? Blades. Well, you walked away right as I was pushing the button, so it's just a picture of me. So, like, you went away and then it flashed a picture, and so you see it's just a picture of me, and you're gone out of it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So do you mind if we take another one so I can get you in the picture?
Not at all. $20 more. What?
All right, welcome back. You made it.
Yeah.
Took a break and everything. So.
It worked out, man. It always does.
Tonight we've been hanging out and talking with Vinny Blades and Todd Jenkins from Billy Blair 2. Dual ego thing going on.
Yeah, the two thing. It's
the
my
line drawn
it's
between
my.
Billy Blair and Vinny Blades, man? Is there even a kind of...
I don't know. Sometimes
it's the same
they're never in the
guy.
same room though.
Oh,
you ever
yeah,
notice
Fight
that?
Club style.
I think Vinny Blades is an amped up version of Billy Blair.
Yeah, we don't talk about
He's a little
Fight
bit more
Yes,
amped
yeah,
up.
yeah. He's more.
He's got a
daring,
bigger ego
He's
than Billy, I
dangerous.
think,
Yeah.
He sleeps with way more women too. Vinny's
That lucky bastard.
He's unbridled Billy.
Vinny Blades just plants
just
that fucking
unbridled Billy.
seed anywhere he can. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but man, he pissed you off when you got your passport.
And yeah, he did. That fucking asshole.
That was a true story about
That's
him.
a true story about that fucking passport in the movie too.
Oh, no shit.
But Vinny Blades, somebody said something about that scene about like, oh, you're like promoting rape or something. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Promoting rape?
Yeah, where he took off the condom and he like.
It's a joke, man.
It's a joke.
Right. It was
I did that years ago
it was
before the
supposed
Me
to
Too
be a
movement.
joke, and the joke of it was, I just told these two strippers who play strippers in the movie, if they sleep with him, they're going to catch an STD or he's going to plant his seed in them. And he always takes the condom off and he plants it in them. I said that, right? So the girl knows this, and they still think I'm the crazy one, and they want to both sleep with him. So the girl sleeps with him knowing what I just told her. I just told her that. So when it happens, it's her fucking fault.
Right.
She's stupid.
Typical strippers. No, I'm just kidding.
And it's a joke. And it's a joke. It didn't really happen. They didn't. Nobody was really having sex
my
on
phone's
set.
blowing up now. How dare you, motherfucker?
Yeah. Well, that scene was very uncomfortable
Every
to shoot.
stripper
So.
you know is like,
Even the
I know,
LeBaron
right?
right.
They're all coming out of the woodworks.
Yeah,
We're
from
taking
the
your
band.
ass to court.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, that scene was very uncomfortable. It was not fun to shoot that at all.
What?
Your sex scene that you did.
No, remember?
It was terrible.
Somebody pissed us
It was
off.
uncomfortable. The
Somebody,
whole filming.
Yeah, somebody pissed us off. We won't say who. was a bad.
So
it was a bad time.
Made for bad sex.
His sex scene was uncomfortable to shoot, but you going like full commando out there, waving your junk around was okay.
Hey, I was gonna do it too, man.
That
that scene. Okay, I gotta say it. I was gonna do it too. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. But that day when we did my sex scene, I mean, I'm sure you were having a bad day. The girl pissed us off.
Yeah, there was no getting nothing up for that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go full details of how she pisses off. But it was a bad day, and so it put conflict on me and Todd. And I'm to the point where I'm like telling him, all right, well, what do you want me to do next, Mr. Director? I literally said that. Well, fuck her. So I'm like, let's just do this and let's move on.
We weren't having fun because, and the problem is when you're an actor, you kind of want the other actor to be in the scene with you a little bit.
Of course.
And when you got people fighting you on that, and it happened to me constantly too, where, you know, you're like literally going to fucking like punch somebody in the face because you're fighting and it's so heated that you're going at it with these actors. And then you, as soon as I say action, I just fucking let it go, and I would stay in character and just get it done, get the fuck out of there. And a lot of my stuff in the movie is like shot after the movie was done for the most part. When you see me in the movie, I've just got different people wearing shirts and stuff. They're pretending to be certain characters. Because I was sick a lot of the times, and I couldn't talk even.
Yeah, a lot of.
So I would just film them and then come back later and film my stuff whenever I could talk.
A lot of the actors in there that were like, you can't really see their face. They have a sack over their head, or you see a part of their shoulder. It's not really them because they couldn't be there.
So we were constantly having to figure out ways to shoot around.
Yeah, so we have to get somebody else to do it.
Seem like they're there.
Yeah.
Like that whole campfire scene, it really feels like everybody's at the campfire scene.
Yeah.
And even at the end, I mean, we had two doubles playing the park ranger at the end.
Wow.
Because she wasn't there, and one of the times the sheriff wasn't there for one of those shots. So he's the sheriff with the sheriff shirt on, talking to the lady.
Oh yeah. Hey man, that's the beauty of movie making. There's a magic to it.
I always had to see it all in my head, and he'll tell you, I'll just go sit off by myself for a second. Since I'm an editor, I could figure out a way to edit around stuff.
Right.
Just like that scene where we were doing the whip cams, the whip camera things. I go back and forth, with two people. Well, we did that because everyone's schedules were so fucked up that day, they couldn't be there. So it was like, I would do those whip things back and forth, and then whenever he was actually doing his, I was like trying to go, hey, now you're looking at this hand. I talk over here and then do my hands back and forth.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So they're not, everyone thinks it was just this big party and everybody just got filmed. It wasn't. It was all broken down into little separate pieces.
Interesting. Yeah, I was going to ask you if that party was improv, if you just get everybody together and say, do whatever, or did you actually because you got to know where the camera's going to be.
We rehearsed some of the scenes a little bit, and I told them if they wanted to throw in a line or two, they could. But we knew where they were going to be going. Like, I knew his ghost story. I knew where it was going to. I knew exactly what he was going to say, and we knew what the next word was for the next person to cut over to him.
Yeah.
Because we had to get that timing down perfectly. So.
And when you guys were kidnapping in the van or whatever, I noticed you tweaked the radio and put it on 97.1.
Yes.
Was that a shout out to the Eagle?
That was a shout out to the Eagle.
I knew it was.
Hey man,
because
they do us good.
We wanted Russ Martin to have us on the show, and he hasn't yet.
Well, he's watching now, Russ.
Russ, we've been wanting to be on your show forever, and these guys fucking talk about movies all day long on the Eagle.
Right.
They never stop talking about movies. And I've even heard them talk about Bigfoot movies, and no matter what we do, we send them links to watch it for free. We haven't heard anything, but Debbie did actually have us on.
Shout out to Debbie Sexton.
To her local scene.
I love you.
Debbie's awesome. She had us come into the studio, and we talked about the whole too offensive for Amazon back in the day when we couldn't even get our movie on Amazon back then. So
that was cool.
She was a huge supporter of our.
Oh, that was another thing, man. When they banned us on Amazon, when they said they were gonna do it, right there, I was like, we got it. We can expose this shit. It's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it did. And went to all the podcasts.
I think more people heard about the movie and illegally downloaded it. I don't think we saw any money from that. And honestly, as much as it sucks, we didn't really see any money coming in until it got on.
Well,
Amazon.
Regardless, it was people were talking about it because they would say, "Oh, it's the movie that Amazon banned." It's like, there you go.
Right.
Wow.
Well, if you look at our rating is awful on IMDb, but you can click on it to actually see where those ratings are coming from, and almost all of them came back on Christmas night here when the movie came out. They came from overseas.
Oh wow.
So our overseas
That means
rating is awful because they all stole it. It was
downloaded.
pirated.
Pirated. Yeah.
And at the beginning of the movie, we talk about how much we hate fucking people who pirate movies.
Right.
So
Right.
they were like, "We're gonna give your movie a 1 on IMDb, motherfucker."
Yeah.
So they just all kept hitting 1, 1, 1.
We knew that they were gonna fucking do that. So that was
So
a
our
little.
score sucks on IMDb, but if you look at the score from people who are legitimately buying the movie, like on Amazon and buying it on iTunes and Vudu and Google Play, all the people who legitimately bought the movie and left a review, they left a good review of the movie. So that's been great.
And not to mention, I don't know if this comes into play or not, but it seems like Bigfoot movies all average around 3 or 4 rating. I mean, there's not a 1, 8, or 9 Bigfoot movie out there. That,
For a long time, I think we had like a 7 or 8. I definitely think it should. I think it should.
Oh,
be,
yeah.
It should definitely be a 6 on IMDb for sure.
Oh,
I think.
like
6 or 7 for
You know,
sure.
the funny thing is that a lot of people thought that we were actually sending people like our family, friends, and all that, giving us these high ratings, but it was just—that's just organic, man.
Right. Let me tell you something. You get in the movie business and see how many friends and family support it. They don't give a fuck. Friends and families won't even come to your fucking movies.
Just
so,
like being in a band.
Good
right?
luck.
Yeah, same
good
fucking
luck.
difference.
The people who buy our movie and support us, we met them because of the movie. It wasn't our friends and family that just came out of nowhere to fucking
As a
support
matter of
us.
fact, they didn't come out and
There's
support
a
us.
few people, friends and family, there's a few, but the most of them don't give a fuck. They don't look at anything we do, ever.
But if you make it, boy,
Well,
they want a ticket to that Emmy party, you know?
Oh, of course they do.
You know what I always do when they call me up and invite me, like a long lost relative or somebody I haven't seen in years, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come to the wedding? You're gonna send a gift, whatever." I go, "Hey, did you know I had a movie out?" And they go, "No." I go, "Oh, there's your answer."
You're right.
Exactly.
Not fucking coming, bro.
Exactly.
If you think it's easy to make a fucking movie, go right ahead. But it's not. You know, we did something that very few people have ever done. You know, especially doing it with no crew. We had fucking no crew,
yeah.
no money.
That's I mean, right there, the story right there. There was no crew.
Yeah.
He did all the
And I still
editing,
get that.
shooting, acting, coloring, you name it.
I still get that from people. They're like,
Yeah.
"Man, Robert Rodriguez does what you
Way
do in
too much
Tarantino," and I'm like,
respect.
"Motherfucker, they didn't act as the lead in the movie.
Yeah.
They weren't out there hanging the lights. They weren't out there buying the wardrobe and buying the fucking craft services that night. They
Amen.
didn't do any of that shit.
Yeah.
Now, they're very talented and they do a lot, but they got a fucking team.
Right.
We didn't have none of that. We had nothing. Zero.
And you still throw down the money to feed the crew or the cast that does show up, you know, for these scenes that, you know, then
What
they
we did for a while was because we were cooking in a movie, whenever we were filming cooking that night, we would just
we
eat
ate it.
No, I told him, I said, "Hey, dude, if we're going to cook like 10 hamburgers on camera, we're going to eat that shit."
I'm not cooking, I'm making practical effects.
So we ate the food that we
I'm
cooked
making
every
props,
night.
edible props.
Oh yeah.
There was a whole scene of us eating, and it went on forever. And I think it's part of the deleted
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah, it's part of. Is it? Did we put it in there?
Did you add a bunch of fart noises while they're chewing?
I think somebody farted. Of
course.
You know,
Do we have
It's usually the case.
it's in the deleted scenes. It's not as long as it could have been though. But we were just like eating forever.
Yeah.
And you got to watch the scene of him talking about how he's now a vegan, dude. It's so funny. He gets
Oh,
so
yeah?
pissed off at me for not bringing vegan food.
Yeah, there was a scene.
And
of
then
the
that
deleted
shit
scene?
happened in real life.
So
on
you're
the
a real
set.
vegan? In
No,
real
I'm not.
life?
I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
No. In
We
the
did
movie.
have two
See,
vegans, though, that came
I'm
in.
not. Vinny Blades is.
Vinny Blades
Oh,
is a
got
fucking
it.
vegan?
Fucking Vinny Blades.
How the hell did that happen?
I don't know.
The Vinny Blades I know carves his own fucking meat. Eats it raw.
He'll carve it, but he's not gonna eat it.
Dude, he was trying to get in shape for the James Cameron movie, which was, I related that to real life. You know, we were like, "Hey, you know, you got this movie coming up. You got to get in shape, so you're going to be vegan now." And he embraced it. But the funny thing is we actually, one of the strippers is a vegan, and so is the second hunter in the back of the
Oh,
movie
yeah.
at the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah.
And I knew jack shit about vegans. I just thought they were vegetarians. I didn't know any of that stuff.
no
I didn't know they
eggs
were
or-
like don't fucking kill animals and eat them, you piece of shit. So
Yeah, you know, Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon, they're vegans.
Oh, like
Yeah.
hardcore, like no
Dude.
milk or eggs on the set? Anything
No,
like that?
no. Well, on set it was different, but when we went to the after party for Three from Hell, it's all this vegan food, and I remember we're like,
well, how was it?
"What the fuck is it? The party or the food?
The food.
You're eating plants
Yeah, tofu.
and some other
But
yeah,
was
like
it any good?
He was lacking life.
it's all right.
Here, this tofu.
I mean,
tastes
fuck, I
like
was
filet
starving,
mignon.
so I ate whatever the fuck. But you know, it was just like there was no meat.
I got nothing against vegans, and I like animals too.
Yeah, teach their own.
Yeah, like I said in the movie, I didn't kill Bambi, dude. But if he's already dead, I might eat it.
Yeah, no shit.
You know, I don't know.
How hard?
I just don't want to be the one that has to cut it up.
Yeah, we go buy it at the store. It's already cut up.
You mean it doesn't come from the store? These were animals.
They don't come from the
They were
store.
born in the store, man.
Well, that sucks.
Fuck.
Well,
It's
but I'm
terrible.
still gonna buy the ones at the store.
Jesus.
Well, awesome, man. We're at 9 o'clock, dude. So
we
I
wrapping
wanna-
this up. Have we
already.
talked for too long? I told you guys we could talk for hours about this shit.
No shit.
Already, I had a great time.
2
dude. I
hours,
appreciate
man.
you
I thought we were
guys.
gonna do 4.
Hey, Facebook will let us do 4. It's just a Sunday night, though.
No, I'm kidding, man. I got you.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Fucking. So tell us what's going on. What you got coming up for Cherokee Creek? You got the junk show coming up November 1st.
Yes.
We're gonna say do not buy the movie on digital right now. If you're gonna do anything on digital, just rent it for the 99 cents.
Yeah.
And if you dig the movie, buy the Blu-ray from Screen Team Releasing.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. That's where we'll have a chance of making some money. If you get it, if you buy it on digital, we're not gonna see anything. You're gonna be paying for these assholes attorneys to represent them against us. Isn't that some shit?
No shit.
Yeah, of course.
We're,
That's
not
the way it
only do
works.
we have to pay to get our own attorneys against these motherfuckers, we're also paying for their attorney.
Yeah, it's all old Chinese style.
It's a clusterfuck.
It's Rochambeau.
But you can follow what's going on with Cherokee Creek. It's Cherokee Creek Movie on Facebook, Cherokee Creek Movie on Instagram. You can follow it there. You can reach us through either one of those sites, and we'll let you know what's going on with the movie.
Yeah.
And go see Junk November 1st at Trees.
Come on.
And pick you up a signed copy. I'm sure Billy Blair here will sign
$20.
$20.
Only
$40
$20
for if you want a picture with it. You know?
$40. He actually does
Do
picture
you want him
and
to look at the
signing for
camera,
$20.
or
I'll do it for free. What the hell?
you guys won't get that joke until you grab that movie?
You gotta buy the movie first.
As soon as
It's an
you
inside
do,
joke.
That joke will be funny to you.
Well, very cool. I wish you guys the best of luck. in
Thank
getting
you,
all
man.
that
Thanks for
situated.
having us on here.
Hell
man.
yeah,
Thank you
man.
guys
You
for
gotta
being
love
here.
it home.
Always a good time. Yeah, we'll play the trailer. Before...
Where'd you find the trailer at? We got trailers all over the place. Is it the right trailer? If it's on my page, it's the
on
right
YouTube
trailer.
and has a custom thumbnail photo.
That's not mine.
Well, then don't fucking play it. If it ain't his, I don't want to fucking play it. I don't know
whose that is.
You could get it off your page, right?
Just go ahead and play it. Fuck it. Let's see what they got.
I think it's the one I posted in the little flyer.
You never know who's.
If we're going out with that again, I thank everybody for paying attention. Thank everybody that watched tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Got to pay attention next week. We've got the Sideshow Rats performing along with Ghost Babes on. That's going to be amazing.
Ghost Babes.
Oh, yeah, it's a female ghost hunting crew. And they also are members of a burlesque sideshow. So they'll drill nails and shit into their face, and then they'll go hunt ghosts.
Wow.
So fuck yeah.
And they're also vegans
That's amazing.
as well.
And they're what?
They're vegan.
And then the week after that, we'll have my buddy Glenn Coburn, who directed a film from 1982, I think, Bloodsuckers from Outer Space.
Oh.
Wow.
He had a pretty good run back in the 80s. Got a little cult following going, too. So we'll be able to pick his brain, too. And
That's
I don't think he had to
fucking
deal with all that digital distribution aggregator bullshit you guys are having.
Yeah, I think there was
too,
less
man.
piracy back then.
Yeah,
If
totally.
we could take Cherokee Creek back to the early 80s.
Put it on
We'd probably be
VHS,
fucking
dude.
millionaires.
I
you know?
would still buy a VHS if you
It
released
was on
it.
VHS for a while, so it's just about seeing if Scream Team wants to put some more money into VHS. So
Yeah, I got a
We know a
VHS copy.
gentleman that converts from DVD to from VHS to DVD. Maybe he can go reverse that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We'll go the old school
We'll talk about
disc
that
that
here
they
in a
had.
bit.
It was like a record size, remember? Those
Yeah.
discs?
Nice. Yeah.
Compact discs?
Oh,
something
the
like that?
CED.
Not compact. It was just a disc.
Cool.
Thank you
Well,
guys so much for being on.
Thank you, man.
Cheers.
Thank all you out there for tuning in.
Attention.
You guys are beautiful.
We'll see you next week.
You did take a look at all that information I sent you and study all those pictures, right?
Well, of course I did.
Good, because there was a shit ton of important information in there, and if you don't know it, you're going to get us both killed. He's out there. Oh, shit.
This spot is actually the first spot that they ever saw Bigfoot in North America back in like the 1800s, I think.